Welcome to the stream with no names and a lot of games. I'm Rob Blink, your host, otherwise known as Clinton. I hope you enjoyed that amazing Burning Rangers waiting intro music. Someday we'll get to that game. Anyway, without further ado, hey, wait a minute. We're streaming on another weekday in the same week. I just, I don't know how that happened, but here we are. Anyway, we're back with Mystical Ninja. Let's get the ball rolling. It's Thursday, by the way. Hope everyone's week has been great. Oh, I can just skip through this. What? Should we watch the intro again? No, we don't need to watch the intro. I'll watch the intro again. Why not? It's a good intro. Just kick back while we chill. We've seen this already, but you gotta watch it every time. It's that good. Luckily, I'm only going to be playing this game probably one more time on stream, so enjoy this sick intro while we can. If I rig up the second game, I'll try and get the intro for that one going. Also, this time, great, less mistakes. I managed to not mute myself for the first 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, we already beat that guy, and we know that takes place in a way bigger battlefield this time. Oh. Yeah, that would feel wrong to start this game and not watch the intro, honestly. Anyway, for anyone who joined us Tuesday, welcome back. For anyone joining us just tonight, welcome. This is Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, one of my all-time favorite Nintendo 64 games, as well as just generally all-time favorite / top, like, most influential games I've ever played kind of things. So we left our heroes in ye old Zazen town. Yeah, you gotta watch the intros. They're great, especially this game, because this game's anime as shit. It's like it's like watching your favorite anime. Like, you don't want to skip the intro. Don't press that Netflix button. Watch the whole thing. Leave me alone. Anyway, we're in ye old Zazen town, which is, even though it's kind of like the middle place of the game, this is like not the middle of Japan. So like this is actually the middle of Japan. But anyway, last time we beat the second dungeon, we're gonna try and go to the third one and finish that whole segment up today, as well as do some other things that would set us up for finishing on Saturday. So let's roll. This is not where I want to go. Ooh. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? Who's rolling through? Hope everyone's had a chill week. For all my friends in SoCal, I hope we have not been completely flooded out, because I actually can't remember the last time it rained for the majority of a week. Like, people always joke about people in SoCal like freaking out during the rain, and that's super true. Like, people in SoCal just don't know how to drive in general. I can attest to that, but like, I'm on the higher end of like the don't know how to drive spectrum. Oh no. Yeah, that sucks. That's that thing where you see people on their way to class or on the way to work, wherever you're going, they're trying to get there, and then all of a sudden they just don't know how to deal with the added terrain of everything being wet. It's great, but also sad. Alright, so for any eagle-eyed viewers from last time, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So for any eagle-eyed viewers from last time, we are now in the Chugoku region, which, using my awful knowledge of the Japanese language, technically Chugoku even though that's a region in Japan. Like, there's a different way to spell it, but that's also how they like refer to China, which I'm not saying that this is what this area is supposed to be, because it's clearly in Japan. Like, if you look at our map, we're on Japan, but I don't know what the correlation is there. There's a lot of things to do here. First, we gotta find the batteries for our little robot buddy, Sasuke, to turn him back on. And then we have to do a couple more things, which I totally forget, but we'll do them. And then we'll go to the big third dungeon and see how fun that is, and then we'll set some things up for later. But yeah, being in the rain, you're not used to the rain all year, it's rough. I do like rainy season though. Last Tuesday, or this past Tuesday anyway, when I was streaming, it was raining real hard outside. I think it's calmed down a little bit, but it's nice to actually get some rain. Lord knows we need it. If California's not, excuse me, Southern California's not in a drought, we're definitely being over flooded. There's no middle ground. We are the extreme state. Yeah, no, the soundtrack in this game is fantastic. It I gotta say, it's one of my all-time favorites. Not just for this like series, but for this like just games in general. Like real catchy stuff. It's definitely got an air of like the composers trying to capture, like, hey, this is like old-timey Japan sounds, but at the same time, like kind of our own funky take on stuff. It's great. I'm trying to remember what's out in this area. Oh, I know what's out here. There's, pretty sure, a lucky cat doll out here. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I have to walk around from that side, I think. I do not remember though. Maybe I can just jump down there. These are ninjas after all. And now see, the thing is, like, these are ninjas, but they're like ninjas from 1997. So these aren't like Naruto ninjas. That's like a year or two away at least. Oh yeah, okay, so this is a place where I have to use good old Ebisu as the camera freaks out and shrink him so he can walk onto this path. Ignore that wall clipping, there's nothing to see here. gotta love it. But yeah, this is what I meant. There's last time we were streaming anyway, I mentioned just dolls being hidden everywhere. I'm not gonna go after everything, but if I find ones that I remember like this, I will definitely go for it. I'm just gonna jump off now because we don't need to do anything else there. Gotta go back and cross that bridge though, so everyone enjoy. Oh yeah, no, his running animation's great. I mentioned last time, but he's so young Ebisu right here. He's supposed to be more or less a self-insert of one of the head producers for the game, and it's great. He totally, like, he didn't make himself some super buff guy or whatever. He just made himself like the goofiest, like, cutesy chubby motherfucker, and I love it. Oh, can I make that jump? Yeah, made it without looking straight forward. Oh no, but then I fell off. I also love how I said I'm not going for the cats, and now I'm going for all the cats right now. That's okay. I'm waiting for the camera to readjust, but I don't think it's going to, because that's just the great N64 life that we're living. It's okay, let me come from another distance. Normally the camera behaves itself, but in weird corridors, or right when you want it to, it will just start flipping out. Can we get a reset there? No? Oh, well. Oh, yes, this is a very, very N64 game. Oh, gosh, I am just embarrassing myself. Oh, yeah, Donkey Kong, even Mario, like, plenty of games. Just being patient for the camera. Okay, that's a great angle right here. Yeah, there's some games where just, they didn't understand camera control. I'm like, I get it, when you don't have a second stick, you either gotta claw grip it like Monster Hunter, or you just pray to God. I think. Okay, I was gonna say I thought maybe the D-pad would give you some camera control, but the D-pad does nothing in this game. There are some games where the D-pad actually doubles for control. Very few though. But that was that thing. They were just terrified back then of, hey, if 3D doesn't work, at least we got a really nice D-pad. Okay, anyway, finally we are out of this sidetracked lake area. I actually kind of forget what's over in this area. So this is one of those things, so for anyone who needed a reminder from last time. Like when I used to rent this game when I was younger, I didn't have a memory card for my N64 because that was a very uncommon thing. Not to get too repetitive, but basically just the later areas of the game I know so little, because even if I got far and like maybe left my N64 on overnight, I might not have actually like gotten to all these end areas. So I've played them several times, but like I don't know them as well as I know the beginning areas like off the back of my head. So sometimes I forget which door goes where, but we'll get where we need to go. We are in the correct area. Okay, so this is another one of those like town areas like we were just in a minute ago. Well, less of a town, it more looks like a village that was abandoned, I want to say, which I have no idea if there's any explanation for these other areas in like the manual or something. Yeah, not every N64 game used a memory card. Most didn't, but they would. Like a common thing would be like, oh, save your race data in Mario Kart, or like I don't know, something like name a racing game, or like save your wrestlers in like WrestleMania or something like that. It was like extra data that was kind of excessive, but usually something you could get by without, or like, oh, like in WrestleMania you can only save like a couple wrestlers to the cart, and then after that it was just kind of whatever. But yeah, this and a couple, like a good handful of other games, it was usually third-party stuff that would require you to have the memory card. I think most first-party things were able to work without it. Like even later games, like I know the Zelda games all just save on the cart. Like even like popular Rareware games like Conquer or like Banjo-Tooie, those all save to the cart. I think most games like save the file to the cart, but I think that was just the way Konami was developing games at the time. So they kind of just put out one like, yeah, hey, just buy one of these N64 memory cards. But it makes sense. I mean, a lot more of Konami's like real classics. Oh yeah, man, Banjo's great. At some point I might do that on stream. Maybe not me. I might need a friend to come and help me again with that. But we'll call in the young veggie smuggler to come help me. But yeah, memory cards. Memory cards were wild back in the day. It's interesting how we like had memory cards and everyone was in with it, and then we kind of drifted away from memory cards during like even the Wii. Like you could put in an SD card, but you didn't really, like, how do I describe it? You just didn't. It never used it as much as it could, I want to say. Like, you transferred data so much less. I think everyone at that point was a lot more into, like, save your games on hard drives. And that's, like, part of that was because, like, online games were starting to become so much bigger then. But, like, still, like, it's just interesting to... Okay, so this is a place where we are going to be coming later. It's just a giant gateway bridge that we will get to later. But let me go here, because actually, if I were not to have come here, we would have... What does it say? Well, that's a sign from the bad guys, because it's got a giant peach sign on it. You know, so that's how you can tell that, because... Okay, Kyushu is on the other side of this bridge, yeah. So later we'll have to come to Kyushu, but we will be able to see the cool little bridge door here. We'll get to Kyushu eventually. Maybe not tonight, but... Thinking of how to get there, I think we might at least see what happens to it later. But that's some foreshadowing. Anyways. Yeah, memory cards. Wild stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay, I know what's going on over here. So we are actually, I think, on track to go get one of those batteries I was talking about that powers up our robot ninja friend. That's kind of weird, actually. So this whole time we've just been carrying around our friend, and he's just turned off because his batteries are... He needs new batteries, that's it. But that's a fun concept, though. Actually, this, at least to me, this and the other Goemon game stand out as, at least I think this is where I'm going. Am I going in the right place? Enters to Shudo, turn this corner. Is that the place I need to go? Oh, no. Okay, that leads me to another area. I apologize, it's been a hot minute. I thought I was taking a loop around. It's okay, I know where I'm going now. I can't think of too many other N64 games that like exclusively use the memory card to save. Like if you don't need it, or if you don't have it, you're screwed. There has to be other third-party ones. Maybe next stream. It's my first time seeing the games. You can tell me anything. Okay, let's see. So let's play like the two truths and a lie test thing. If you didn't watch the last stream. So in this game, you use a giant conch shell to summon an American robot movie star to fight other giant robots. The main character is an homage to Japanese folklore, and let me see, I don't know. See, I'm terrible at the whole two truths and a lie thing, because I keep thinking of things that are like absurd truths that are actually real, and then by the time I get to the lie is like the most obvious thing. I don't know. I was gonna say there's like a cameo by some other Konami character, like Solid Snake is in this game, but actually I was like, no, that's dumb. He was on PlayStation at the time, he wouldn't be here. Let's go in this coffee shop and see what's good. Kyushu, but there's a strange wall that kept me from going forward. Yep, we saw that. I saw it! There was the tube emitting electricity above the waters of Inaba. Oasis in the dune, east of here, you'll find an electro tube. They're just calling batteries electro tubes here. See, this game and like its contrast between things are so weird. Like, you've got these robots and weird flying enemies you're fighting. We had a giant... See, yeah, that's true, but Snake is in Smash now, so anything's possible. I would really love if the main character Goemon got in Smash, but that's a far off reach. I think he appeared on a poll in Japan, but he was in like the between 10th and 20th place. So he'll probably never show up. I don't know who the DLC characters are gonna be, but oh yeah, Joker's cool. That's a cool one. I'm excited about that one. But at that point, it just makes me think, if I got oh, no, yeah, but Banjo... A lot of people want Banjo. I think that would be a big poll. I mean... It's kind of that moment, though, where it's like, Joker, you gotta realize that was the first... Yeah, no, that... Yeah, for sure. Like, Banjo, I think everyone wants that just because there's more history here, obviously, with it. But it's kind of that thing where, most likely, Microsoft won't give it up. Oh yeah. See, Cloud is weird though, because like, even though we got Cloud and that's so big, they were very stringent with how they were also climbing a tree, this nice little flat-sided tree to get a battery up here. Wait, what do we do up here? I think. Wait, there's something we're supposed to do at the top of this tree. Okay, I'm a huge potato. I don't remember what we're supposed to do at the top of this tree now. That's alright. Anyway, we'll come back up here. I know we're supposed to get another battery here, but I think we have to go get the one in the desert. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like, as thankful I think as myself and everyone is that we actually got Cloud. Like, as cool as that is, they still kind of snubbed him a little in terms of like content. Like, he gets a level and then he gets. Okay, we'll come back to it. He gets his level, and then he gets, you know, a couple music tracks. That's kind of it. And it's like, it's hard to not feel a little disappointed when it's like Smash is such a celebration of stuff, especially like Metal Gear. Like, there's tracks from like Metal Gear, like most, like pretty much, except for Twin Snakes, which is a remake of the first Metal Gear Solid, and like the old NES games. Metal Gear really hasn't been on Nintendo. Oh, there's Snake Eater is on the 3DS. Anyway, okay, now we're in this weird desert area that just kind of shows up. All those famous Japanese deserts. The music here gets real sultry. Oh wait, no, I don't want that. Okay, I don't want to waste time fighting that guy. Anyway, we're trying to find a battery in here. And weirdly enough, the odd camera angle in this game gives you this impression of you just kind of wandering through this desert aimlessly and almost forever. I know there's a cat you can get in here too, but we're gonna go get the battery first. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get more Persona tracks. I feel like Atlas at least has a slightly, not better relationship with Nintendo than Square does. Just one that my own switches. Yeah, I felt like Atlas would probably put out a little more with Joker though, so we'll see. I'm excited either way. I mean, that trailer, if anything, was just such a big like put out too, like for the Game Awards. Like that was fantastic. The way they like set it up, and like people are already like now like people already like, since there's like Persona 4 R or whatever it's gonna be called, not like that's a new game, but it's gonna be like a greatest hits kind of port or some sort of like edit to the game or whatever. They've done that with some other games, or a lot of the more popular SMT games in general. So we'll see. Yeah, we don't know what that is yet. I'm half hoping for some sort of like director's cut version that's kind of neat, like Persona 4 the Golden, or like the updated versions of P3. Or I'm also hoping for another Persona fighting game, because it's all P4 Ultimax are great, but it's been a few years. I think with as popular as P5 is, I think a new Persona fighter would do very well. So we'll see. Someone was joking Persona 5 Rumble, like that'd be cool. We'll see. No, yeah, I mean, we already got dancing though, because 5 got a dancing game, so we'll see. Those are great, by the way. Anyway, okay, so we got one battery, and I think that's it for the desert. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it in the desert. I don't think there's much else we can do it here. Yeah, no, the dancing games are great. I wish they would have gotten hard copies on Vita, but that's me just being a grumpy Gus. No, I'm just glad we got them. They're very fun. I think P3D had better. Yeah, I have to sit back and listen to some of the remixes there. But no, I especially remember when like 4 came out specifically, and I first played 4 dancing. I was like, ooh, this is fun, this is neat. But I liked how they did like it's the weirdest way to do extended universe stuff, but I think it's so much fun. Like, especially the way that they, like, even in the fighting game, they try and give you, like, a story mode that, even though it's kind of visual novel-y, it's still, like, an extension of what's happened to these characters. So that's nice. I appreciate that. So that's why it'd be nice to see if they do that with 5, if they make another fighting game or whatever they do. But yeah, Joker and Smash, I think they will ideally put out a little more than I felt like Square did for Cloud, and that's the only character too. So many other ones are just like, oh hey, remember this old guy? Even like I said at the beginning last time, like yeah, this like Goemon's a Konami game, and people are not too happy with Konami lately. Oh yeah, the little dumpling kebabs. That's your health replenishment in this game. Even though you get hearts, like your life meter is hearts, like Zelda-esque. You still, excuse me. Hold on a second. So, did these people say anything else? Let me see. Oops. Just clip to this man here. No worries here. Okay, strange wall. It's the same thing. Yeah, no. This game super inspired by like ideas from Zelda and Mario and even other things for the time. Even though this is not the first game in this series, this is one of many at this point. This was just one of the few we got here. But I know our goal right now, as I keep saying, is battery. So what? I mean, you see it there, bottom left. I have one. I know. I forget if we're supposed to talk to someone and then figure out what to do with the battery. Okay, Zuno Amnesty. But I know the second battery is at the top of that tree. And I know... Lake Izumo 2, Lake with a Large Tree. That's such a weird subtitle for that. It's okay though. Let's try and climb it again. Maybe you have to get it when the first one is in your possession already. Yeah, no, all the characters have different abilities. Go. Huh. Yeah, okay, so I mean, this is Goemon. He's like technically the main character of the series. That's Ebisu. Yeah, they all have different powers. Oh, wait, yeah, I have to take a picture. That's what it is. There we go. Don't ask how I remembered that. That's very indescript, I know. I think that's a hint you get from someone. But anyway, watch this sick cutscene. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, that's an I've played this before memory just coming in. Yeah, it's the boy Sasuke. It's the real Sasuke. No one choke him. Yeah, his batteries were knocked out of place because he was in. So last time we fought a giant robot battle, but that was after one of the bad guys blew up this guy's house. This guy known as Wiseman. He's a recurring character, and Sasuke is this little robot that he invented. Yeah, so you can't remember right now. Oh, nobody tell him about your wise old man. Well, there's an explosion that demolished this. Oh well, thanks Ebisu. He's gone missing since with the explosion. Who would do such a thing? Oh no, only Sasuke is a robot. Everyone else is a real human being. They're all super cool ninjas. Sasuke's just a cool robot ninja. But yeah, he's getting mad now at the Peach Mountain guys, and he thinks they got rid of his wise man. So everyone's actually got a slightly decent motivation for doing this. Going on this quest. Yeah, now we got everyone. Yeah, no, for sure. It's okay. This series is super wacky. It's great. This, a second N64 game, a Super Nintendo game, and then a Game Boy game of the same name as Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, even though it's completely different, are the only 4 games we ever got for this in the US, as good or bad as that is. There's, like, I think, with spin-off games, there's like 30-something, like 34, I think? 34, haha, I made that joke last time. But yeah, there's a good handful of these games we just never got. But yeah, this is Sasuke though. He's one of my favorite characters to play as. These are the main 4 you usually get to play as. At first it was just Goemon and Ebisu, and then they added Yae, the girl with the green hair, and then they have Sasuke over time as well. He's cool. He fights with 2 kunai, and he also throws bombs, which those cost money. And he also does this really cool thing. So when you're crouching, everyone has a cool crouch animation, and I showed those off last time, but he attacks with his hair. Look at that. It's so good. Anyway, I think when you're crouched, then he throws bombs too. Yeah, no, he's great. You get upgrades for his bombs, and then you get a different kunai as well. So we're going to go back because in the first area, there were cracked walls. So we need to use the bombs to get some stuff in the cracked walls first. And then also, like Yae, he has like a really sharp weapon, like his kunai. It's not just like a pipe or a hammer, so like when he hits enemies, they cut in half. And I appreciate that, like even though it's low poly, you can still see that like the little scarecrow guy or that like dragon head that I cut in half, they all cut in half in a certain way. So they like took time to animate that. For an N64 game, that's nice. I love that like nuclear explosion sound, by the way, when he hits a wall that he has to blow up. So you come back and then you get a gold cap that gives us a full heart container. Robot Willow Smith. Yeah, no, we're actually just playing iRobot now. Oof. I forget what's in here. I think it's just nothing. Oh yeah, no, it's more cats. Tons of cats. It's technically you don't have to backtrack. I don't think we have to backtrack to this area, but the other weird cave we came to earlier for a second that I backed out of because I knew we had to go get Sasuke. That involves, excuse me, us blowing up a wall. This is weird. So this door has been locked with a special key, even though it's a gold lock. So normally we only see locks. Yeah, so gold cats are full health containers, like Zelda style, and then the silver ones are you need 4 pieces to get a whole heart at the bottom. I'm doing decent so far, but there's always some I forget at certain points of the game. Because you need to backtrack, and there's some that you actually have to backtrack through dungeons to get to, and it's fine. I just, for the sake of this playthrough, because I already have the thing unlocked that you get a special mode unlocked at the end, which I'll just show off for a minute once we're all done. I already have that unlocked on this file, so I don't need to get all the cats in this mode. Besides that, it's like nothing. You get like a slightly different end screen, and that's it. Okay, so we can finally go left then. Now I think we have all the tools we need to go to the 3rd dungeon. Even though it's kind of soon already, but that's fine. But you can see me just like walking through some of these bigger areas right now. While I'm not complaining about it, you can see how they were definitely trying to fill space. I think in this later part of the game too is more like, look, we can make this area big because we can, but not maybe because it's a good idea. Like for the time, I understand. Like this looks impressive for the time. Like nice kind of sprawling. Do only the gold. No. The silver ones give. It's Zelda style. So the like you have the gold ones are full heart containers, and then the little silver ones are just a quarter heart. So you collect the 4. So usually you have like, let me pause right here. Like you have the little meter there. So you have like part of the cat in the top left is like slightly more gold than the rest of it. So you just gotta collect. Yeah. No, it's pretty straightforward. No, I get how that's confusing. It uses a lot of similar concept. It's not confusing like Castlevania though, where hearts are magic. That's the ultimate backwards bullshit. Even though I love Castlevania, and there will be Castlevania on this channel at some point. But for now, we will stick here. Actually, I mean, because I have this set up in the whole N64, it's not just N64 I can do. I can do pretty much anything that can use a similar video output. Oh yeah, no, for sure. In Castlevania, so the way you get life in that game is you eat meat, or I mean, in the more RPG like Symphony of the Night, Metroid style games where you're like a rat in a maze, your health is either like meat you find in the walls to give you auto health, or you use like potions and other recovery items. But hearts are still in those games. Like hearts is like items that drop, but they're instead used for magic, and it's like the most misleading thing ever, because most games you see a heart, you're like, oh, that's probably a life collection thing. It's like, nah, Castlevania's magic. I don't know what the logic was there. No, of course not. You just punch a wall, meat comes out, just do it. Just gotta navigate through this really dank cave. Pretty sure there's nothing up here. I always forget to turn the map on in some of these points, but yeah, these are just really awkward dank cave in which we come to the 3rd dungeon at the end. But this dungeon's actually quite long. I mean, yeah, just wherever for any college watchers out there, just I don't know if you're in your dorm, in your house, or wherever, anywhere really in class, just punch a wall and see what happens. If meat comes out, then you're good. You know, it might not be every wall, but I'm sure there are a lot of walls on every college campus, new or old. So just you'll be able to figure that out. Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, Festival Temple Castle. So that's another one. Yes, we want to save this adventure diary. Always got to remember to save in this game. Honestly, yes. Never punch a wall when you're mad, because that means it's gonna hurt. If you punch a wall out of joy or hunger, then you will succeed well, you'll succeed in not having pain, but I don't know. Something. Talk shit, get hit. I don't know where this is going. Anyway, this is Festival Temple Castle, or excuse me, Festival Temple Dungeon. What did the? Okay, I'm a huge potato. Regardless of what this area is called, Festival Temple, the music here sticks in once again with the layered music that I mentioned pretty much in every dungeon, and just listen for the points where the music starts to build up, because it's great. It's super solid. So there's many layers to this dungeon. First, you have to do this basement area down here. So. And that's the thing too, where it's like, depending on where your college is, you might get different meat. So, I mean, in California, we'd probably get like, oh, punch a wall, get a burger. In Texas, punch a wall, get a steak. You're in, I don't know, if you're in Hawaii, punch a wall, get Spam. I don't know. Someone walking out of this meat geography. something over there as well. I want to say there's not. I'm gonna go back over there really quick. If I can dodge these all successfully. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, burger, but it's gotta be In-N-Out. Oh yeah, there's a gold one. We will be back here later for this gold doll. But that's what I like about this dungeon. You can see all these different parts as you travel through, and it all kind of connects. As nice as it would be at certain campuses, I'm sure, if anything, oh gosh, I'd bet hard money, if anyone wants to take that bet, no, that any college campus would probably charge for holes in walls. But hey, don't get caught, right? Those are words to live by, I think. I don't know. Depends on the context. Trying to punch for wall meat? Yeah, don't get caught. That's I can approve that message. Don't get caught for other things. Let's not go there. We had definitely no wall meat in this game, though. I mean, they're ninjas. They don't need to eat. They just eat dumplings, right? It's like the amazing extra bits of lore you can get if you follow J.K. Rowling's Twitter, where like wizards don't shit. They just like magic it out of their body. That's shit we all needed to know. Wall kebabs. Yeah, no, wall kebabs. There you go. Yeah, Mr. Ellie Fan. Now we got our map. Floor kebabs. Yeah, that too. Don't. If no one knows you have food, you don't have to share it. So doesn't that just totally like tear every precept of communism apart? I don't know. Let's someone at Karl Marx and ask him what he thinks. Oh wait, what? He doesn't have a Twitter? Never mind. Okay, so I can get over there. Stalin, where you at? He never responds to me. I know, right? That's one of those weird things too. To think like, okay, and regardless of anyone's stances here, which if someone calls me out, I'm not afraid to share mine. But like, fucking shocker, I probably have very liberal-leaning views because holy shit, I grew up in California. But that aside, like you see just general ways that politicians, world leaders, whoever, even just, let's say people in power, to be generic and simple, interact on social media and how they use their platform for better or worse. I'm not going to throw out any names here, but like it makes you think, though. Let's go back like maybe 50 years. Like, what if, I don't know, like, what if Stalin had Twitter? What would he say? I don't know. That's that thing where it's like everyone shut down your joke Stalin accounts and actually stop and think. No. I don't know where this is going. That's just a fun thing. But yeah. I don't know. Anyway, at Karl Marx on Twitter. Let's see if he likes Mystical Ninja. What does he think of Edo period Japan? Does the philosophy of getting meat out of the wall work in communism if no one knows you got the meat? Yeah, sorry. If you expected a nice chill stream tonight, I hope you all did your homework. We're talking political science and... Oh, by the way, more important stuff than political science, obviously. The music just ramped up to the version 2. You can kind of hear the drums picking up in the background. There you go. Ooh, yes, no. That's the thing, man. Like, they say, what's his face? Kim Jong-un or Kim Jong-il? He's, which one? Dad or son? Either one, both of them are apparently very avid, like, FTA wouldn't approve. Yeah. Would the communist states have an FDA? I don't know. Maybe that's leaning more towards too many negative stereotypes of it. But anyway. Yeah, no, that's that thing. So I was saying, like, how North Korea's leaders are infamously known for, like, being giant, like, Western movie fans. So it's like, what if we just show Marx, like G Gundam and Pacific Rim? What's he gonna think? Like, get him as a guest star in, like, Red Letter Media or something. Let's see what they say. Oh man. Top Gun. I don't know. I was gonna say it's Edo period Japan. Though we have giant robots, we don't have any guns. But I just realized that not this dungeon, but I think the next one, Yae, the ninja agent, in theming with her character, I would say, gets a giant bazooka. Like she just gets it, and she can shoot a bunch of spread shots, and it's really cool. So it turns her into a very interesting fighter. Okay, the reason I was jumping to the sides there was because I couldn't remember if there was anything to do there, but I think you fall into those sides of that room if you fall off another point. I think it's this room here that has this weird accordion floor that we're gonna go this way first. Jump fast so you don't get accordion into the floor. Hooray. Man, I wish there was a good Top Gun video game. I don't know how you would feel about donuts and milk. So that's that thing where it's just like you show Black Dynamite to certain people, and it's like who gets the joke and who doesn't. It's like, oh wait. There's like that thing where like you watch, like you see like movie reviews, and like it's supposed to be like it's a movie that's a complete like farce or something, or like, oh, I watched Spaceballs and it was terrible, the production values were bad, everything felt like it was ripping off Star Wars, and it's just like, boy. It's one of those things. It's like I don't know. Like there's certain things where I feel like, yeah, okay, like I like to give people the benefit of the doubt with certain aspects of like pop culture, knowing of things anywhere. There's plenty of things I don't know, things I got exposed to later in life, etc., and that's fine. Spaceballs depends on. Oh yeah, no, like people miss jokes all the time, and it's just not their fault. I try not to give too many people a hard time. I still react sometimes and say, like, what? You haven't seen this? Like I try to do that in a humorous way though. Because people do that to me plenty of the time, and thankfully I have friends that are far better than I am, who have done their best to remedy situations like that. For instance, I mentioned Harry Potter earlier. A good friend of mine years ago found out that I hadn't read the books or watched the movies just because I wasn't allowed to while I was growing up because blah 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 religion or something. But I'm clipping to the floor there on the doormat. Nice. But yeah, said friend instantly corrected that by letting me borrow all the books, and eventually had me get to all the movies too. I know, right? Well, now we know that wizards warped their shit away. So thank you for that moment, J.K. Rowling. Like, screw world leaders on Twitter. Give me more J.K. Rowling on Twitter. Like, making up lore as you go. Like, how strong, right? Oh, Black Dynamite's great. That's one of my favorite films. It's so goofy. Like, I think even that, like, okay, wait. I'm definitely taking a wrong turn here. I fell down a hole, but we'll get out of that hole. But yeah, no, one of my favorite things with Black Dynamite was, speaking of just like messed up reviews, was like one of the reviews of it was like a guy literally was criticizing the production values of it, and like there's a scene in the movie where like they purposely let like a camera like boom mic hang down into the shot. It's like the first third of the movie. He's in the office talking to the lady who's like taking care of all the girls he saves from like their pimps, and then he like there's a boom mic. Yeah, there's a boom mic just hanging down there on purpose. It's supposed to emphasize like the bad production values of like movies in that time. Like, oh, mistakes were made. You know, it's supposed to be hokey like that. Like, oh, they fucked up. Like, it's super obvious. And this guy in this review was like, oh, it's like this movie's like awful. Like the director's totally messed up and let mistakes stay in. And it's kind of like, just curious people. Curious times for curious people. No, yeah, there's definitely that is a movie where you see something new every time. Like these giant ghost samurai armor suits that I'm just fighting now. But I knew these were here. Also, this is your half-hourly check of reminder that goddamn this music is great. Okay, next time I go to this coming up room, I will not fall through the floor. I say as I proceed to like find a way to clip through the floor to make sure I don't even go across the bridge. I know Black Dynamite's great, the music is great, everything's great. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday night. I appreciate the fact that I can actually get out here and chill for a little bit and put out some more consistent stuff. This was always the ideal. I'm glad I got to fiddle around with things last year. Oh, got it. Okay. Oh, got it. Okay. I'm a platforming master. But yeah, I'm super thankful that for anyone who's kept up with me at this point in general when I've tried to stream, but also just the fact that like there's a point where my internet was just poopy, so like I upgraded it. And that's when I just started trying to stream stuff. I was like, hey, this is fun. And I know the biggest part about streaming is really just consistency. Like okay, so I can. So I need to jump on that one. I want to be more consistent in general. How things will go as the spring rolls along, I do not know. But as things look right now, if my general schedule stays fine, it looks like. Oh no, well I hope you didn't fail your quiz, because that wouldn't be good. But, spring roll? Yeah. Oh, I just brain farted. Yeah, no, I definitely plan on trying to keep consistent as the spring goes on, because as of now, I should have no reason not to, at least be on the nights of, like, so Tuesday, Thursday, and then ideally Friday or Saturday. Those might shift around depending on whatever's going on, but three a week sounds really solid for me. Oh no. TA was trying to teach material a minute before the test. That's always annoying. That's like, hey, you tried, friend, but how does this help me? Okay, we're gonna try and go back and get that which I missed. The thing about Sasuke is he has a real nice, like, smooth jump, but some of the moving platforms are a little tricky in how they, like, move through their cycle in this game, so I try to be as patient as possible. But the kind of stiff nature of some of the jumping in this game always gets me. I also don't have any double jumps or, like, rocket powers, which I get later. Oh! Yeah. Okay, let me see, where does that go back? So that goes back, like, right there. I'll try and be a little patient this time and get it, as my camera just completely wants to screw me over right now. There we go. Ooh, I wouldn't say my favorite N64 game. It's very much up there. Like, if I had to make a subjective, like, top 5 list, so like right there. If I had to make a subjective top 5 list, I'd probably put this on it. It's definitely a game that influenced me a lot, because it was like a game that got me to like open my eyes and... Oh great, there's just health over here. I'm glad I went all the way back around. Anyway. Yeah, it's a game that got me to kind of be like, whoa, there are a lot of weird games out there. And not only that, but it kind of gave me this, like, not like awakening, but this like subconscious like thought of like, oh hey, a lot of these games I play come from Japan. And this, like, but a lot of them, it's like you play Mario, you maybe play Zelda, and that's more like very medieval inspired fantasy. You know, even just like older games, like, or like Donkey Kong. I'm just trying to think of like games I was exposed to growing up, or like thinking of like I played Tekken on PlayStation 2, like. But you play certain games, at least back then, and then you would play them and then feel like, oh, okay, like, this is a game, but, you know, you're not thinking like, oh, that's a Japanese-ass game. Like, now, like, everyone knows because of, like, companies and developers, everything's way more out there. But, it's more so now, or back then, it was more like, oh, like, you just played a video game and you didn't always think of maybe where it was from. That's a good one, yeah, no, like, Banjo makes you think differently about wearing backpacks. There's plenty of games like that. But yeah, like this... That's a cute one. Yeah, no. But with this one though, this was definitely the first time I looked at a game and was like, this is a Japanese ass video game. Like everything from the anime intro with like the singing part. So actually, something I also, when looking up some more facts. So last time, fun facts that I let out were that the singer, so the vocalist for the intro track to this game, that singer is the guy who does the original old Dragon Ball Z theme song. Hironobu Kagayama. But the singer who does the theme song for the robot transformation like sequence, when you're getting in the robot in here, is not the same singer. It's actually a singer who did songs for a bunch of more. Well, they're more well known in Japan, but like robot shows. There's a show called Mazinger. I never know how to pronounce it. It's this giant black robot with like yellow weird V horns coming out of its head. I don't know, it's interesting, you have to look it up, but he did a lot of the theme songs for that, so it's like, oh, we got this guy who does robot like theme songs for like the cool robot sequence. And I found that out just looking at more facts like in between Tuesday and now, and I always thought that was like, finding that out too, like, it's great. That's the thing, like, I'm always learning new things about this game. Okay, so now we use the key to get here. I know there's 2 weapons we can get in here for characters. I think up here is just an extra life, which I said last time. Oh, hell yeah. The other drums kicked in now. Let's go. I think beyond that, the music doesn't really ramp up too much more, but it's still so good. Yeah, no, little things like that are always neat. But even for this game, it makes a lot of sense, because it's like, what, this came out in 97 in Japan, like very early 98 in America. So you had, it's like you had this game that was like super, like, oh, like Dragon Ball is pretty much finishing up in the anime at that time, and like everyone knew the singer's voice, and then like Mazinger and like other old things like that are just like super big cultural staples. So it's like you had, it's just like nice little throwbacks to that. Like the guys who made this at Konami, like, obviously knew what they were doing. They were trying to reference stuff like that. Like, it almost feels like a big love letter to just Japan in general. Shout out to those N64 trumpets just going right now. I don't think I can get there. Yeah, I think I have to go around. That's okay. Go around the side here to get back around there. Maybe it's here, I don't know. Go here first. Oh, giant barrels, just what I need, an obstacle course. I think they stop once we get to the end. I hope. No, they don't. Okay, well, we got through. I think we're alive. Someone check. Very vague. Get on top of drum and jump. I'm trying to get rid of these guys so I don't get knocked off when I jump, but... Oh, well, screw it. Fantastic. They knocked me off as I predicted. Oh, you can just jump back on like that, though. Yeah, no, the layered music in here is great. It kicks in a little faster in this dungeon than I remember. So, here. And this leads me, I think, into the middle where there's a cat doll? No. Oh, up there is a different item I can get. We'll get there later. There's somewhere else I can get though. Oh, ouch. Just throw that money. These tight corridors always confuse me in this section. Okay, so I went through that door before. And then I think, so, oh, okay, Mr. Arrow is the thing I needed to get. Yeah, so he just shows us where the boss is on the map, even though I already knew where the boss is at that point. Let me switch back to, I think I need Sasuke. we need to go through here, and then I think we missed the door. No. Oh, no, I know. We need to go back in that room we were just in. So when you go here, let me get rid of this. Oh, I don't need to fight these guys. Get out of my way. Okay, yeah. So we have this room here. So these red platforms on the side, we unfortunately cannot jump on those because they are hot. We need a freezing item that we get for young Sasuke here, and that is technically what I should be searching for right now. So let me see. So I can. There's 2 doors. I'm just forgetting where in this dungeon that item is. Let me switch back to Goemon. Well, anyway, as I get, you know, I could use the map. I do have a map. I'm gonna get out of this room, and then we're gonna use the map and be a good video game player. So, okay, so we were there. I think that door at the end that I thought I turned away from, I think we can use that to get where we need to go. Well, let's see. No, old man needs his map. Yeah, wait, so can I jump over here? Yes, I can. Okay, never mind. That weird fence in front of it made it oddly misleading for some reason. Okay, we are on the right track now, yes. Okay, here we are. As Goemon just freaks out. But yeah, no, so switching to Sasuke, we got the... I can give you one of my greatest mispronunciations ever, so... Sasuke receives the kunai of severe cold. When I was a kid, and I was like 6 or 7 just trying to play this game, yeah. There's a couple enemies, there's like a fox head that shoots fire, and then you can cool down hot floors. Anyway, when I was a kid, yeah, so you just do it like that, and it just freezes things. I read severe cold as severed cold, or served cold, but I thought it was trying to say like, ah, you got served, kid, but then I realized there was no D at the end of that, like a couple years later, and realized like, man, English is hard. I thought it was a bad pun, because this game makes bad puns, so I thought it was one of those things like, oh, revenge is a dish best served cold. I don't know. It is, because it's like, I don't think I was crazy. I think I had heard that at some point when I was a kid, like, oh, the like revenge is a dish best served cold thing. Like, that's a catchphrase. That's like not an uncommon thing people have said before. I don't know. Anyway, English is hard. You should all be hard for Mystical Ninja. I don't know, maybe it's too much information, but it's too late now. It's already been put out there. Don't have me. Okay, I'm not crazy. Yeah, no, served cold almost makes sense, because it's like, oh, I got a nice cold cider. It's served cold. English grammar is BS. Like, I'm taking Japanese classes right now and doing my best to keep up with stuff. It's tough. Like, I'm doing my best to like keep an open mind, remember cultural points, and also just like stick to the hard work. That's what it is. You gotta sit down and grind out your memorization. Or before I go back into that, just another item. This giant drumstick up here is probably one of my favorite things in the game. So, Ebisu's last item, his goofy ass, gets this thing called the meat saw hammer. Yeah, you can freeze platforms. It's great. So anything he hits with this giant, beautiful meat stick just turns it into health. So right now my health is actually kind of low, as you'll notice. We're gonna go hit some things. Wherever there. Oh god. Oh god. Right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it's an easy way to grab some health back if you need it. That's even more health. Oh, I got full health. Good. I'm actually a little lost on where I am. Oh no, he is great. I'm actually not sure. So like how I said earlier, how he is most definitely confirmed as like a self-insert for the game, one of the main producers for like the whole series. I don't know if it's actually him who voices him. That'd be great to know. I don't know that, whether it's true or not. Where do I go from here? Map again, because who needs to know where they're going? Because the boss is there. I'm on the west floor. Yeah, okay, so I already went there. I think I can back out. Wait, yeah, because it's showing me that this is wet. I don't know. We're gonna just wander and figure it out, because why wouldn't we? But I think I definitely went through that door. No, that was how I got out. Okay. But I forget, there's definitely other platforms where we're supposed to use the cold kunai to get through. And I forget where they are, so we'll figure this out. I don't think they're here. Let me jump on the drums again. Oh god. Everyone's favorite enemies. Okay, no, this is where the arrow, Mr. Arrow was. Anyway, this is one of my favorite games of all time. I actually always get a little stumped at this part because I just somewhat forget the direction I'm supposed to go. Oh gosh, I walked into the worst room ever to do backwards. I think maybe there's a ladder I'm supposed to get to somewhere. Okay, so now we're outside again. Can I go back around? No, because that's over there. Unless there's a door I'm forgetting about over here. Well, anyway, hold on a second. Let me... Because, okay, so we're on... That's west. And then south? This dungeon layout's weird. This map is not very helpful. Ah, screw it. Okay, well, the boss is north, wherever we are, so... Well, there's an actual compass on the map itself. I don't have any other... I never got any other keys in here, did I? No, I did not get any other keys. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out. Oh! I just brain farted. So I remembered, because I was a wise player who clearly has this game 100% memorized and never gets stumped by anything. And use it as my stream guarantee. So I went under the dungeon first. Like I mentioned, like, oh, we're going the basement route. Yeah, that was on purpose, because the upper route is then used. You have to get to the upper route by using the cold kunai. So technically, with the first time you're playing this, you wouldn't think, oh, I'm gonna go under the stairs. I'll explore there later. No, you'd go up the stairs. Like that's a typical thing to do, or maybe that's what the game wants to assume you'll do. So you see you walk in here, and it's like, oh, let's see stairs. Let's go and see what's up here. There's a room we're about to go in. Oh god, if we don't get pressed by these giant Bowser's Castle from Super Mario World, like pillars. But yeah, there's a oh god. As my frame rate also dies, but that's okay. It's authentic to the system. There's a room that we would have seen up here if we had gone here first, where we need it tells you, like, oh, you need the kunai of severe cold, or excuse me, the kunai of served cold. We're saying it my way. Screw it. There we go. Yeah, you get a nice little sign too. Okay, now see, I know what I'm doing. Found somewhere in this castle. So yeah, it hints you at that. So it's like, well, gotta go around. And then once you get it, it's kind of like railroads you back up here. And you'll notice the music is also backed off a little bit because we're not deeper in the castle. That's a very unique thing, because the last dungeon we were in, it had 3-part music that layered up, but it still went straight to the end. But now that we've like backed up just a little bit, it kind of like unlayered. And then as we go through again, it's gonna layer back up again. I think that's really neat. It's really neat. And I can't make that jump. Oh no, I can make that jump. Lava. A wizard. X. You know, like those like excessive trumpet lines are all gone. Oh no. Well, if I can get up here, okay, I should probably get rid of these guys. You have to believe in yourself, Naruto Harry. I believe that you can warp your wizard bowels away. I'm sorry, I can't get off the whole. Man, like people give J.K. Rowling a lot of shit for different things nowadays, but I cannot get over just how funny the whole like wizards warping their shit out piece of lore thing is. It's hilarious. Now this camera angles make these jumps just fantastic. If you hadn't guessed, it's okay. I think part of it might be that like I didn't like I grew up being exposed to it, but not in, like I definitely read the books after I was an adult. And I enjoyed them very much. I'm very thankful for having been able to read them and had like my friend who corrected corrected my childhood, as it were. But yeah, getting to read, so maybe it's just a different perspective. But man, Naruto could probably teleport his poop. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a different perspective, but to me, it's like it makes me laugh because it's just like, oh, haha, like I just laugh at that. But I think I could get why people are very much just like, yo, just hey, stop talking, like for a minute, stop adding things, post, like just stop. I get that. It's definitely like a Dragon Ball GT kind of feeling. But then it's also like, I don't know, but Dragon Ball Super exists, and that's kind of fun. Like, it's not perfect, but Dragon Ball Super's cool. Like, I like Dragon Ball Super. It's much more enjoyable than GT. Oh, there's a gold one over there, but it's okay. Oh, I didn't notice that would have led there. That's okay. So I don't know. Will J.K. Rowling get her Dragon Ball Super, or will she already be stuck giving us like Dragon Ball GT tier factoids? I don't know. Time will tell. Can I jump down there? Okay, no, don't jump off yet. Okay, so I can go back through here. Oh, there's a key up here. That's why I'm coming up here. Of course. Of course. Don't fall, please. Oh, good. Okay. Oh. Oh, thank heavens. Yeah, platforming master. Easy money. Okay, so then... goes there. Boom. I also haven't looked at Boruto either, no, we're just talking about weird post-creations for big popular series. I've heard it's not terrible, but I don't know, to me that... I don't know if that means much because Naruto had so many rough patches in its run. So who knows? Someday maybe we'll stream some Naruto fighters on here, that could be a good time. Those games are wild. Wait, what? Where am I? Oh, okay, yeah, so now we're... Now we're outside, so this is where we were down there. So look at progression. Oh, you could jump back down. Oh yeah, so many... As much shit as anyone can give Naruto, like for how rough some of the run of it was, like there are a lot of very fun Naruto games. Like, the series as a whole, I think, has been very good at fan service, and not like the ass and titties kind of fan service, like actual like, oh, like here's a bunch of games, let you play as all your characters. Like at its best, a lot of the games are actually just like very fun. Like the Ninja Storm games on like PS3, PS4, those are great. For a while, I've actually been trying to get a pack that has all 4 of them on PS4, but they only made like a limited print of the physical copy of it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be a baddie and actually just buy the digital versions, which buying digital is totally fine. I'm just an old video game collecting grandpa, so ignore me. But yeah, no, the Storm games on PS3 and PS4 are good. There's some on PSP as well. Those are pretty fun. They're the series that because originally it was just Ultimate Ninja, not Ultimate Ninja Storm, and those were on PS2, which Those games were pretty fun. I think the best one was the third one. I liked that one a lot because it told the whole story from the beginning to like where it stops for the time skip, so it at least felt like a generally complete story, and that was a nice feeling. And I bought one that was like the first Shippuden one, but that was like even though like man, Naruto localization is weird because that series has been around since like 98, 99, right? That was like one of the big ones that started back then. But it didn't like start popping off maybe until like early 2000s, and then people here, or at least it got like it got localized and like oh shit. I forget where I'm supposed to go at this point because I got a gold key, and I forget if there was anything else to do with the gold key. Because it let me just jump back down here, and there's nothing else to really do. So where am I? I'll use our trusty map again before we get back into talking about that sick Naruto game lore. But so I'm supposed to use the kunai. Okay, wait, because if I go... Yeah, no, Naruto's a fun show. Like, it's got a lot of fun stuff. It's just very... Like, there's a lot of filler, and I think the show creator definitely, like, lost track, but had a lot of rough spots where I think pacing could have been done better, and, like, the focus, I think, definitely got lost in translation sometimes, too. Okay, I see a couple doors I can go through where I'm not sure. It says I haven't been there yet, so I don't know. Let's go. I'm gonna try and get up here again. Hopefully we don't goof this up. But yeah, Naruto's fun. I think now that it's done, it's a lot easier for people to kind of look at it and say like, okay, overall Naruto's chill. Whereas like what, like 5-10 years ago when it was like getting into the weird parts, people were like, oh, where's this going? Like, I think that show's biggest mistake was kind of leaning a little too hard into like the like Sasuke is my friend sort of a thing, because a lot of the things are interesting. Like people talk up the beginning of Naruto so much and like how they like pace things out and like introduce new characters, and you see like the contrast between the kids versus like when thank you for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you don't catch you later, hope your night's good. Hope you have a good weekend. But yeah, no, Naruto. Naruto's fun stuff. It's just it's stuff that I think could have been done a little better. But yeah, the games are definitely fun ways to re-experience everything. Okay, so I'm thinking that this door will lead me where I want to go. I know I got the gold key already, so I'm now... Okay, that puts me back in the middle, and I was back out there, so... Is this another railroad area? Man, I always forget how this dungeon goes because I just don't see it that often. Okay, I think I'm gonna jump down, and then go back the way I came. So now this should lead me back to where the... Yeah, this is the giant barrel. No, this is back outside. So where do I use the gold key? Oh, I'm having a brain fart now. It's okay, friends. Okay, so that's where the dungeon starts. Wait, okay, I see a door at the very end. I think I know where I'm supposed to... Oh, God. I don't have to lose track, but this is why I wanted to save this dungeon for tonight. I knew this one would be a bit bigger one. This is one of the bigger ones in general. The next one's weird. We're in like a... We'll get there when we get there, but not... Okay, spoilers, whatever. It's missing a ninja. Who cares? But no, the next dungeon is in an underwater submarine where we're like on this like crazy secret mission. Okay, so that... Okay, so that leads here. And then I want to go... I want to go here? Okay, no, so this is the big room. Oh, okay, so then that leads to the other side of the dungeon. So that's that. That's west. So do I want to go to that area then? Shit, I don't know. I'm gonna jump back down and see what happens. Either way, we got the gold key, which seemed to be the main thing that we needed from there. Because we have the key, right? Well, it's not. Oh no, the key's down there. Yeah, we have the gold key, so we are set to go wherever it is we're going. Oh, I love his little cute swim, by the way, because everyone else swims normally, but he's got like the super fast robot legs. He's the best. Sasuke's just a winner in this game. Like, if anyone was supposed to win, it was him. Okay, so I can't go up there. So we will be back on track. Gold key, gold key, gold key. Where do I use the gold key? Aha! Found the gold key door. We're in it now. Okay, now I know. Okay, I remember this room too. Jump back. I don't think there's anything up here if you can like use the. Yeah, now we're back. Sick music. We've ramped back up. We're back in it now. Totally goofed that up. That's okay. I don't recall if there's actually like a secret item up, or not a secret item, but like an item up here, or a cat doll or something, but it's kind of that thing where like I'm compelled to check if I'm here, but if there isn't, then oh well, I don't find anything. Oh, I'm just getting it, taking it everywhere. These crazy tanks. Oh, look at the little faces on top of the tank. I never noticed that before. Cute. Or at least those look like little eyeballs anyway. Always learning something new every day. As I hope you all are as well. Yes, okay, the last room here. Well, the last major room. This is a room with a bunch of giant, like, fish kites. I think they jump down? Yeah, okay. There we go, there we go. So I start over there, but let me climb around the room first. Messed that one up, that's okay. I'd rather have not taken the jump than messed up the time. Oh, there we go. Now we have to wait for these conveniently placed carpets as if we didn't know where to wait already. Oh, there we go. Little fishtails there give you a nice slowdown as we take this big pan over the room. Very nice. Oh gosh. Did we make it? Yeah, we made it. The music is still just cranking. I love it. Man, just other random head thoughts as I'm climbing through this dungeon now. So tomorrow, in general, this January has been actually weirdly packed for game releases. January is kind of like a dead month a lot of the times, because like all the big holiday games come out, and then you're like, oh, well, okay, and then like a lot of more like projects come out in like March, April maybe, but nah, this January has had a lot of games. Like we had the HD port of that was already an HD game, but the definitive version of Tales of Vesperia, a new Ace Combat game apparently comes out this week. Resident Evil 2 Remake comes out later this month. Kingdom Hearts 3 is in like less than 2 weeks, which still feels like a very weird thing to be able to be like say, but I'm thankful for it. So tomorrow though, hopefully it comes in the mail at the right time. Should be shipping right in is my copy of No More Heroes Travis Strikes Back, and it's been 9 years. It's like the first January after I started college. No More Heroes 2 came out on the Wii. That's back when you still had Wii's plugged into your TV. It's wild. No More Heroes is really fun. I'm really excited for that, even though the game looks to be a bit different, kind of, than like games in like the first two games in the series. So I'm curious to see what they changed and how different it is. But I've seen like almost nothing of that game because I mean I've kind of purposely ignored trailers except for like the first two beginning ones. But that's coming out on Switch. And unfortunately, I can't stream Switch stuff yet because I don't have an HDMI capture card. But point of letting me go up there? Wait, can I go to the middle of the fish? I always forget what to do here. Well, up there is the final dungeon door. I'm just kind of exploring for the sake of it because I forget sometimes. Is there a cat up here? There's a cat up here. I never forget. That's very easy to miss, actually. I think it stops there. Yep. Okay. But yeah, so there's just a lot this month, and it's kind of wild. Like, it's nice to have so much variety in a January, but it's also just like, well, add this to the list of like a bunch of things. I don't believe in Kingdom Hearts students. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think that's how everyone is at this point. To me, I'm so afraid of something happening where just so like Final Fantasy 15, like Square, like I just mentioned that, but it's like Square in general, like especially because like my high school years were the like I remember when like all the Final Fantasy 13 like projects, as they called them, were like Fabula Nova Crystallis, like that fancy shit. Like I remember when all those got announced, and like just watching how those like devolved and changed over time, and how like Versus 13 eventually just became 15, and now 15, as neat and like cute as many of the things in 15 are, and like how there's like quite a few strong elements there. It's still very hard not to feel like 15 is a game that like used to be something else, and they put it together as best as they damn could, and they did okay. But it's still not like their original vision, especially if you like followed that game for like the 10 years that it was in development hell. It's like Square's the king of that, obviously. And even though Kingdom Hearts 3, like there's been like people have been wanting the game for so long, even though it's been very clear, not just like by fans, but obviously even by Square, with putting out their very nice HD packs, by the way. Some of the best HD packs you can get. Like it's just good bang for your buck at that point. If I hadn't made that very clear in my other streams, but like where else are you gonna spend $40 and get like 9 games that are all like super high quality, like done up, catch you up on an entire series? Like that's nearly unheard of, you know. Like, only Mega Man can boast that, and even that Mega Man games are older and easier to pack onto a disc. Which, anyway, I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, like, it's wild to think that like they've Kingdom Hearts 3 that got announced in like 2013, 2014. So it really hasn't been in like a crazy long development cycle. If anything, it's kind of just cooked about it as long as it probably should. And I'm just like kind of curious to see like how big it's gonna be, because you know we see big games come out all the time. I mean, even GTA 5, which was a PS3 game, you know, PS3 360, like that. Like, a lot more people play that on PS4 and Xbox One, because that game is such a platform. You know, it's like one of those like games as services sort of things. And even though there's no subscription unit for it, you just buy the game and you're done. But like big open world games, you know, not just Rockstar, but like other people just make giant games. So I'm curious to see how they've done it up here. And we are finally at the boss of this dungeon. Return red plates by hitting them back. What could that mean? Ooh, let's jump down. Another boss with hype ass music. Get ready for it. Oh, it's a ghosty! Oh no! Tsurami, ghost robot. So we know how to look at ghosts now. Once again, Ebisu coming in clutch. Wait. So, hopefully my color correction on the screen isn't too bad, but as you can see there, you gotta fight him Ocarina of Time style. And then hit his ghost plates back at him. I actually don't remember if the camera is supposed to be used there. I always did it out of like a force of habit, because it's like, you use the camera to look through ghosts in the last dungeon. It's like, why wouldn't you use it here? And you have this really cool rotation going around in the room. And I'm just goofing that up super hard. No, I love this boss theme music though, it's so good. It's pretty much similar to the one before, but it has like a different startup intro because it's a ghost now. So it gives like spooky tones. But you gotta keep running or else you'll get hit by his crazy spinning plates. Even though those energy balls are the best spinning plates they can make back in the day. Uh-oh. This one you gotta really watch out, because even though the last two come out slow, those other ones come out so fast. But I'm super excited. I don't know if I'll be able to stream Kingdom Hearts 3 when it first comes out. Like, I obviously can because it's on PS4, but I actually don't know if that game will have stream restrictions because the last, like, HD pack of games about 2.8, as they called it, had, like, mild restrictions on, like, the newest, like, chapter where you played as Aqua, and I think those restrictions have been lifted. Like, when they put out, like, there's one last, not another compilation pack, but they made a disc where it's, like, you can get all 3 of the major HD packs on one disc. Where they have one. I bought the one where it had like the first major 2 on there because I didn't need the one with the 3rd on it, which is fine. I mean, at this point, like they should all be in one place, so it's nice that they're there. But I don't know if there's gonna be stream restrictions for that. Which I don't know. Stream restrictions are weird. Like I get it. Like they want to be careful with spoilers and stuff, but it's kind of that thing where it's like. That's one of those things where I think companies should be a little more embracing of technology. Oh god. Than be afraid of it, but I don't know. I mean, I say that I'm complaining about stream things, but then it's like the Nintendo can't even figure out how to make good online like 12 years after their first system that was like as strong as the GameCube had online functionality. I don't know. There's a lot to be said there. Yes, side-eye Atlas. No, for real. I don't think that their P5 restrictions have been lifted either. Man, I really hope there's no restrictions on Catherine when it re-releases. Cause Catherine's fun as shit. But like part of the fun of Catherine is watching people go wild in like the puzzle dungeons. Like that's the chunk of that game. You know? Like discover why Philandry is wrong and then figure out how to get through hell. But yeah, I hope you can stream Catherine. Catherine's great. I'd love to stream Catherine. I'm awful at that game, but Catherine's fun. And it's like P5 is a great game to stream too. Like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we beat the ghost. That's a fun boss. Is anything with the hype music? The Miracle Star. Oh. What is this, a Mario RPG or something? Ooh. Oh, it's another one of our friends. This one's name is Sharon. My sweet Sharon robot. Oh no. Sharon! Where's Ozzy? Can't keep the power barrier that is blocking passage to Kyushu. Ah, so I forgot about that. Yeah, so the big old like gate that we saw blocking the island of Kyushu earlier. The power for it was coming from here, so there you go. I guess that's it for you. Why don't you just give up? You guys, Peach Mountain, why are you blocking anyone from going to Kyushu? What are you planning? Leave me alone. Stop frightening me like that. Oh yeah, we get another one of our homies. So last time we met Spring Breeze Dancing, but then we get to meet his, I don't know what they are. Waifu, girlfriend, mistress, who knows? Let's not judge how they define their relationship. Another weirdo, I can't believe it. Who you calling a weirdo? I don't blame you for calling dancing a weirdo, but me? I guess you need to get to know me better. No, not really. As cute as a kitty cat, yet as dignified and beautiful as a lily. I'm none other than Kitty Lily. Wow, that was way less original. You guys must be the circus clowns Dancing was talking about. You got that wrong, we're no clowns. God, I love the canned laughter in here, it's so good. These illusions but are never actually here. You choose the camera, they're clearly ghosts. Stop being so chicken and come out. Oh my, I'm surprised you don't know. A big star like me will be swamped with fans, making things unsafe. I've never heard of you. See, that's why I can relate to Goemon. That's me in most of life. I've never heard of you. And before you know it, you'll be coming to see us on stage every day. Yeah, it might. Why don't I be kind to tell you something helpful? Why don't I be kind to tell you something helpful? Kyushu has already become our stage. Oh no. What did you say? Hey, that's great. Does that mean I can return now? Sure. But before you go, I'm out of foundation. At the usual best for me, okay? See, that's a super villain with her priorities, right? They always take forever to pay me back. Oh my god. They didn't have Venmo when this game was invented, so... Well, bye-bye. Yeah, give him the little clappy at the end. I hear that Kyushu is in great trouble. Yeah, but they just told us. Why don't we head for Kyushu right now? Well, I guess we better go to Kyushu. But yeah, there's trouble a-brewing. How's the dip? Let's get out of this dank cave. Anyway, streaming rights. Yeah, it's wild. That's definitely something that's a contrast between like East and West as well, and like perceptions of like how streaming works. Like there's different categories of how I think like developers handle streaming. You have indie devs who are like, please stream my game. Like, no matter whether it's like, you know, really chill guys or like guys just trying to get their game out there, and that's fine. You know, like if you've got a good project and you put your game out there and you want people to stream it, more power to you. It's like that's the ecosystem. You know, there's I wouldn't say there's games I wouldn't have heard about it if I didn't watch them stream, but at least like indie games kind of putting the word out and being like, hey, here's a code, try out my game. See, you know, put the word out, see what you think. Just be honest about it. If anything, that's kind of how that works, and that's why that's so different. Is almost kind of like a rejection, like not even just like indie for the sake of like, oh, like independent developers, but it's kind of like a rejection of like the whole traditional game development cycle potentially, or even just like how games get marketed. It's very much more embracing of like new tech, and that's fine. Like I like that, you know, and it's great to see now that indie games are starting to get to the point of almost evolving to where like, you know, we're getting like physical copies of indie games. Like I just bought I was real curious about that game, The Messenger, and Limited Run Games, who puts out lots of great physical copies, who I buy from them every once in a while, of indie stuff. Announced they were doing a version of that, and I'm like, oh, it looks like a fun platformer. I'd stream that, and like won a bunch of awards at the Game Awards. I'd never heard about that game before. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, hey, it's our friend Omitsu. It's Goemon's waifu. She's just out here. Look, she brought us food. This has been brought to you by waifu intermissions. She's on her way to Kyushu. She just walked out here, by the way. Like we went through all that, and she just walked out here. It's a shame she's not like a secret character. She's got to be real strong. All the way from Oedo to Kyushu? Yes, that's right. Ever since our business was featured in Gourmet magazine, the phone just... Okay, see, people were calling batteries energy tubes earlier, but she's got a phone, and we've got giant... I felt like there's classism going on here. I'm not sure how to break this down. Is there a message here? Let's not read too deep into it. Why would we want to? I mean, it's just a thing. You just gotta press the waifu food me button, but if only it were so easy. The phone just won't quit ringing for deliveries. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm in a hurry. See you later. Oh, okay, bye. See you later. We went through all that trouble to get this far. Oh, look, the gate's down. Did Omitsu come all this way with those dumplings? That's great. Man, maybe she's a lot tougher and stronger than she seems, but that's the kind of waifu you need. Get a waifu who can punch down walls, and find that wall meat. It all comes back around. Yeah, wait, we should be headed for Kyushu, where the Peach Mountain guys went. What are we talking about? Also, listen to this really dramatic music right here. This track is only used right here. What could possibly be happening now? Oh! Oh no. N64 glowing black film is oh, what? And... oh no. As is typical in Japan, well, the region of Kyushu is being lifted into space. Just don't worry about it. Also, listen for something very key here. Ignore the giant space butthole in the sky where it's like sucking up the island. We'll get back to that in a minute. Yeah, that was a voice. So all our characters have been giving us Zelda voices, like hat, like that at the time. Like, but so that's fine. But that was actually like a voice line of him just being like, "Oh, Mitsu!" So, okay, well, I'll talk about that in a second. We have a problem here. Kyushu has separated from Japan and has disappeared. What should we do? Like, are you just staring at the ocean, too? Like, well, the world just disappeared. There you go. Gotta go after Omitsu. Or should I say, go after Kyushu? But how? I know. When lost for answers, we should ask the fortune teller. We haven't done that too much. But anyway, yeah, so eventually when we come back here, I can't remember if a gate goes back up or if we can just see, like, the edge of Kyushu just ripped off. If we look at the map, it's still there. See, so, like, wait, is it? Hold on, let me zoom back out. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so Kyushu is... I actually should have looked at the map before. I'd never checked that. I'd always wondered. Anyway, well, whether or not it's there anymore, we'll never know. But, yeah, so we got kind of screwed out of that. I will probably warp back to Zazen Town is where I need to go right now. No. I need to go... Oh, I know where I need to go. We're going back to Oedo Town. That's our next... this is where we start doing a lot of the fun backtracking in this game. So our goal is to get to space. I think we're a long way from space, but... back to Oedo for now. While I'm waiting there... yeah, so that was an actual phoned-in... Well, not a phoned-in voice line for Goemon, but in the Japanese version of this game, there is, I think, full voice acting for, like, the corny cutscenes. Not everything, obviously. There's a lot of text, but, like, the goofy cutscenes between, like, you and, like, Danson and Lily, or, like, the... just, like, other cutscenes like that where you're talking to Omitsu. Like, there's just voices. And they took them out because I think... Well, like, one, they didn't want to dub it, which, like, man, I wish this game had a fucking dub. Like, this era, oh my gosh. But, like, voice acting on an N64 card is already a lot. That's pushing it. I wonder how big the file size is, like, the differences between this game and the Japanese version. I'd be really curious. But that aside as well, you, leave me alone, please. What'd that guy say? Strawberry, watermelon, apple, anything. No fine object can surprise me now. However, I'd be a bit surprised if I saw a fruitcake coming flying through. Man, fruitcake's okay. Gets a bad rap, it's okay. Yeah, this whole game has voice acting, and it's weird. So last time I talked about it as well, how there's an anime like esque intro for the second game, which I kind of love the theme song for that way more. But they took it out when they brought it over here. Yet in the cutscenes for the second game, when there's like talking, they left the voices in, which is really weird. I don't understand their localization choices here. Again, I would love to talk to the team who localized this, because there's just so many things in here that are like, how much work did they have to do in like their cultural studies to make sure they like adapt this game right. Okay, what do you got for me, Mr. Fortune Teller? In the cold regions of the north, there's the Mount Fear where it snows. There, you shall meet someone who will be of great help to you, Purasuma. However, you must first go to Oedo Town, where we are already, to undergo one training session. So, a while back, on Tuesday, as it were, we heard that several people were moving in next to Goemon's house. One was the lord and his daughter, who just occupied your house after the castle got taken over and westernized. Which, I don't know what the political message is there, but think about it for yourself. But there are other neighbors who are next to Goemon. Mount Fear sounds like a great vacation spot. Honestly, yeah. I'm down with that. So it's one of these. I want to say it's this one. No, there's one of these houses where there's a very special friend here. And then so, we'll also get something that I failed to mention, which is Goemon's power-up. I think it's like Kyushu went flying. Is it true? Yes, it's true. What? It's true? You're not pulling my leg, are you? But by luck, I really wanted to see it. I think you'll be fine. Kyushu will be back soon. Stay tuned. And Mount Fear is great. Super original name. Now, one of these houses here... There's, well, one of the people in here, I'm not going to talk to everyone because I already know what they're going to say. Maybe it's this one, because I thought it was right next to it. Maybe it's right across. Is the guy in the middle? He's revealing the inside in a very strange way. Drop by and see for yourself. Okay, yeah, so it is the one straight in the middle. Okay, anyway. But yeah, now we are going to do Goemon's special training. This one is very annoying, but you'll see this interesting house, which wasn't here before. Good of you to come. This is the muscle training gym where you can train to develop your muscles. Once you're done training here, you'll be able to simply push the metal box. Ready to start training? Yeah. Let me show you to the training gym. Now then, let me explain the training. Several oyakatas will come out of the holes around you, which is what I guess the weird things are that show up in the training game. For a fixed period of time, you must make sure your balloon is not popped. So you throw boxes, and there's balloons in the skies, and these guys with like pointy heads come up, so you have to try to keep them down. A lot of it is just like spamming the boxes and knowing where to throw them. Because this game can be a real pain. I should be able to do this on the first time. Okay, so you throw with B. So you just kind of like aim, and then start turning like after the throw has already happened. So like you can give them a few throws and then just like start going. Sometimes you can throw 2 as well to make sure it shuts them up. And then eventually just start rotating. It's just super annoying because of the timing, and because you have no indicator of what's happening around you, you just have to keep throwing. So like throwing 2 is usually safe and then just keep on going, but sometimes other ones will sneak up on you. And like if you want to like prep the throw as you start your first turn, like just keep like right now I'm gonna mash B as I turn, like yeah, there you go. It gets like an extra throw in, so you just gotta keep going faster. It's very unclear. At a certain point near the end, you will just like start to. Oh, I messed up that rotation. That's okay. Okay, we're halfway through. We should be doing okay, but it's like at that point, even if the heads look low, you gotta just sometimes spam a few. There's ones that get real tricky. This is probably the worst of all the training games, I want to say, just because it's so not unintuitive. Like this actually feels pretty smooth, the turning and the throwing. But if you don't know the timing of like when the boxes are gonna fly out, it's really weird. Like oh god. Because look, the heads like come up real fast and they slow down. It's just weird. Okay, we got 10 seconds. I think we'll be safe. And see, that head's coming up way faster now. Oh, okay, we made it. It's weird, but we did it. Anyway, now you can call yourself a muscle. Oh, thank God! I've always wanted to call myself a muscle man. Now Goemon contains sudden impact magic powers. So by eating money, you'll be able to move heavy thing for a specific period of time. Eat money, move heavy thing. Furthermore, while magic powers in effect, so you get double damage, but you also take double damage. Anyway, Goemon now has what is quite possibly one of the biggest copyright infringements that will ever take place on the stream. Let's just show it right here. Get ready, everyone start your yelling. Let's go. Just that, yep. Just, yep, that one got through. Didn't edit that one at all. See, but it's weird though. Okay, so it's obviously like a Super Saiyan, like Dragon Ball haha reference. But look at the back of Goemon's head. He's got this weird like mullet going on, and I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be, because even his, like, look at his extra life portrait on the bottom there. Like, he's got the weird blue, like, spiky fro going, and like that's fine. But like, I don't. And it only lasts for a little bit. It's mostly just used to move things. I never use it in actual combat because you have to like stop and pause and then do it. But oh, I have to leave town now. But like I've never gotten his hair, because like I'm gonna get the camera in a close-up angle. But like, just look at it. Like, he's fine with the blue in the front, but like the back, like why is the back like this weird black like blob? I don't get if it's like a mullet. And he colored the top, where it's like, I'm all for like bright hair colors and like different layers and stuff. That's fine, but I'm just like, I don't get it. But yeah, Goemon just turned Super Saiyan. That's his gimmick. It's cool though. And it's something you see so rarely too. Like, some people just forget that that was a thing in this game. But yeah, I don't understand Goemon's hair. I've been waiting this entire stream to bring that up. I don't. Get out of here. Yeah, I don't understand Goemon's hair. I don't. Somebody send help. I don't know. As someone who used to have long hair, for better or worse, I have a choice. Or whether or not that was a good choice or not, it doesn't matter now. It happened. But as someone who used to have longer hair, not different colored hair though, see, even then, like I just can't get over it. Like it just looks like there's a giant corn cob on the top of his head. Like man, any character turning Super Saiyan should look cool, but I don't know. This game's already kind of goofy. Anyway, we are going up north where it is cold as balls. Let me go over here. See, this is another area where, so earlier when we crossed through the other direction you could go when we reached the coast, there was another ambient area where there was just like the echoes of the cave, and like, as funky as the music tracks are in this game, I kind of like the ambient areas like this. It kind of drives in, we're like, oh, we're traveling somewhere weird. Gives it a mildly spooky vibe. I think it's an interesting design choice, if anything, because it's not just dead. It's not just a dead room. You can hear now like the water dripping in this like dank cave. And even like the turning of these blocks like echoes a little more, and your voice and your jumps echo. It's interesting, if anything. So do the robots exploding. It's all very well timed, if anything, or put together. Let's see, so see, this is one of those caves where it's like, I'm not gonna go too far out of my way, but I wanna say there's a cat doll in here, as there are in most places we've been to so far. But I also honestly just forget. Okay, so I'm gonna turn back around because there were different paths there. Okay, so that's just dumplings. Which I'm always fine with dumplings. Except when you fall in the water and just don't get your dumplings, but I don't know. Should have ate more money to get strong. And move heavy thing. See, that one I wonder if that was just a poor editing error, which honestly that's the kind of error I would make if I were an editor in this way. I need to always practice my editing, but everyone does. No one's perfect. Again, continuing to keep my money intake up so we can have our big cash buyout later for a certain item we're gonna get. Okay, so there's that way, which I'll come back in a minute. Either way, so there's one door out of here, but I forget what's this way too. Okay, so that's just... Oh no, okay, so there is a cat. There's a cat up here. I wasn't crazy. Thing is, there's a couple cats I know where you have to backtrack. One is in, like, the, like the river area. There's, like, one or two in the river areas of each town. So Zazen Town and then Oedo Town. Those are, like, the two bigger, like, towns you visit. Those have, some cats hidden there. So if I were gonna backtrack, technically I'd get those, which we're actually kind of filling up the heart gauge. I know I keep talking smack saying we're not gonna go for it, but I mean, at this point, depending on, because so now that we know we're going to space, obviously, oh shit. Anyway, now that we know we're going to space, I can just confidently say, so there is a point of no return. It's not long. Like we'll get to a point where we can, we'll save and we'll make sure we've done everything. But we'll go into space at that point. So what kind of sucks is, like, if you're not looking out for it, you can miss cats and not, like, you have to do the whole game again if you save once you get to space and then you don't come back down. So we'll see. We'll see how many cats we have by the time we're, like, ready to go to space. I don't know what the number is, and I'm also not going to look it up. I want to see if I can maybe do it on my own, so we'll see. That could be a fun challenge. I'm like, oh, I already have 14 hearts, and I know there's at least, like, one or two more, like, straight up, just, like, full gold ones, so... have this giant big red switch. Oh. We're ready for a night of me cheesing a lot of these jumps in the later parts of Goemon. Oh. So yeah, unfortunately we have to wrap back around for that. But let me switch to... Let me switch back to good old Sasuke, who can also hack his way up ladders. And this guy's just the best. Yeah, Sasuke's jumping just always felt a little more smooth to me. Okay, we'll go back around this time. We'll definitely hit those jumps the correct way. It's nice too. Okay, so I mean, now that I've gotten the Super Saiyan shit was the only power I was really keeping in. Sasuke gets a cool little like robot boost jump, like a jetpack that he gets, and it's really like a one-way thing. You don't get to hover with it, but you can use it to kind of give yourself like some momentum and then like drift forward to like hit some weirder jumps if you ever are like an unconfident jumping spot. I think we're out of the cave now. Please be out of the cave. I'm pretty sure we're out of the cave. Oh, there we go. Yeah, now we are in the mountains, and it is once again cold and spooky and just really pushing that atmosphere here. I like it. I like it. You hear the wolves crying in the background. It's a lot like my senior prom in high school. Tear. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, where? The door back here. I forget what's in this door. This door leads to... Oh, okay, I think I know what this might be. Because this is a different place than where we were. I think this is where you turn them into a mermaid. Yes, Waterfall of Goemon. Legend has those who successfully swim to the top of this waterfall can become a mermaid. It may still be too early for you to arrive here. Yeah, okay, so we need to get told to come back here later. Okay, so that's where you get up mermaid powers for young Yae. If only it were so easy. Just, you know, swim up waterfall. I want to jump down here too, because I know there's... Oh god. That robot just clipped out of existence. Sorry, friend. Because... Aha! Another cat. I swear I'm not hunting for these. And then I think... I don't want to swim too hard against the river. I just want to make sure there's nothing else as we come up here. I know this area is a little dull with no music, but bear with me, friends. Okay, so that's the... So I can't swim up there because I'm not a mermaid. Maybe that's what this area was supposed to teach you, was how to swim like a mermaid. Anyway, too late now. I'll watch him just... Jesus, I am just clipping through things. Oh, it was fun. The game almost shit itself. That's good. Also very glad the game hasn't crashed or anything. Not that most N64 games do, but sometimes when you haven't used your box for a while, especially against cartridge games, like is slightly more reliable than discs than cartridges can be. Sometimes like you just haven't used your cartridge game in a while, or like clean off the pin connectors, and your console might just like bug out for no reason. So thankfully that hasn't happened. I'd like to think I've taken good care of my N64 over the like 20-something years I've had at this point, but hey, who knows? I actually really sad my original Xbox, which I tried to take good care of over time. When I originally got it, I didn't maybe treat it as good as I could have. Not that I like beat it up or anything, but I was a little foolish and I didn't always use the eject button to put the disc back in to the disc tray. I would sometimes use my finger to kind of nudge it in, and that kind of like made the disc tray become a little wonky over time. But it's usually always read games, but lately when I've tried to put some games in it, it doesn't read anything. And I was like, oh, there's something wrong with some of my games? And I'm like, no, I take care of my games pretty well. So I put some of the games that I know work on 360 in my Xbox 360, and they work fine. They loaded up like the minute I put them in. So I think my original Xbox disc drive might just be kind of bunk. And alright, Festival Village, thank heavens. Now we're in a nice homey place. This is Festival Village of Mutsu. Even the cold snow is blown away with our burning energy. We blast the cold away with festival power. Low-key, this village is just here to party. And so are we. But festivals reflect the heart and soul of the Japanese. If your blood's not pounding quickly or your body's not dancing, one can't really consider you to be Japanese. I wonder if there's something to unpack there or not. We'll see. Adventure Diary. But yeah, my original Xbox might be on the fritz, so I don't know. I know how to take them apart and how to clean it. I've never cleaned out a whole disk drive before, but we'll see. It just sucks because you can't just buy like an old like Windows XP compatible disk drive and put it in there. You have to buy... Because apparently, looking into things, like so, one unique thing about the original Xbox is apparently it spins discs backwards. Well, or that's like it's just not in the traditional disc spinning way. I don't know what the reason for that is, but every single night is a festival, a festival, a festival. Yeah, yeah. Hey, this is where you're supposed to ask me to stop getting so excited. Hey, stop getting so excited. North, you will find the stone circle where the mysterious stone pillars stand. However, the circle does not mean there's a bunch of people in a circle. What? I don't know. Hopefully I can fix up my Xbox. There's a lot of original Xbox games I would love to stream. I love that system and its game library so much. Not everyone talks about it either. Unless you follow Hideki Naganuma on Twitter, then you'll see him retweeting literally anyone who talks about Jet Set Radio. So, God bless him. That's the composer for Jet Set Radio, by the way. Okay, there's a saying that if you climb up the waterfall of Keegan, you can become a mermaid. I myself am going to become a mermaid and wait for my prince to come. What? Let's explore the village a little. Yeah, I have not really bought any items. So I just don't need them. Okay, what will you have? Apple, bowl of noodles, or kiraton bowl? You know what? We're going to buy a bowl of noodles. Screw it. Wait, no, that's not what I want. Well, that's instant health you can buy, by the way. I wanted to buy like an item you can use on the road. I think that might be in this one. Yeah, we'll buy some armor. Screw it. What do we have here? Never mind. Oh, got fish right. Man, that fish is having the worst time. Look at him. He's like, oh god, help me. Please get me out of this onigiri. And then middle armor. Anyway, maybe we don't need to buy anything. I don't know. I feel like once you learn how to play the game, like all the item stuff just becomes like useless in shops. But long ago, this village were people who sacrificed their lives would come to live. Wait, what? So they called it the "Don't You Think It's Hot-Blooded" village? I made that up, but it sounds true when I say it that way, doesn't it? What? Wait. Somewhere in this village is a store where you cannot enter unless you're a good swimmer. But if anyone attempted to swim here with all this snow on the ground, surely they'd catch a cold. So yeah, it's hinting that you need the mermaid power to get into a store here. It just gives you different items. UFOs are often sighted at the stone circle of Ugo. Incidentally, that's where our precious cattle were abducted. Don't worry, there's not a Majora's Mask like cow stealing mission here. Can't take any more. I don't know, I'm going off on tangents, but yeah, I hope I can get my original Xbox to work again. I don't want to have to start buying a bunch of old boxes and mess with them to find one that works. The back route to Mount Fear is inaccessible due to the stone blocking the way. Arf arf. There's no way you can destroy that stone to get through without having an extra powerful weapon or something. I think that means I just use the bomb to get through whatever he's talking about. Thanks, dog. There is only one day with no festival, the New Year. It's kind of a strange village, don't you think? Yes, maybe. Food is disappearing recently from all over the place. Just the other day, the foie gras and can of caviar I'd been saving for a special occasion disappeared. Blasted. I mean, I guess it's just they have canned caviar in Edo, Japan. Don't worry about it. Is this a house over here? No, it's the fortune teller. I'm pretty sure I know what I need to do, but just because we like seeing Mr. Plasma Man, we're gonna double check. Pretty sure. So I'm supposed to meet someone here. Mokabe, a pipe maker at Mount Fuji, should be able to. Oh, okay, yeah. So we're gonna go back to our friend in Mount Fuji, our good old friend smoking the ganj up on the top of the mountain. Our model for life. But let's explore the village a little more. So down there, you can kind of see there's a hole in the lake there. That's what that girl was talking about. We can, once we get mermaid power, we can go through there, and then there's a secret shop. Which I don't really think there's anything special by there, but it's nice to know it's there. So some thoughtful placement for a shop. A weirdo with a white face was roaming this village asking for the secret of the power of the festival. Why would we ask a dog like me? I don't know. You tell me, dog. You're talking. Yeah, so that weirdo with the white face is definitely the friend, the next of the underlings of the Peach Mountain friends. If only I were just a little younger, I'd be the one on stage. But on second thoughts, I'd rather not. I'm afraid of high places. Yeah, me too. The drummer of the festival were selected on... Oh, the drummer of the festival were selected on... I just know they'd pick me. What? Oh my god. The drummer at the festival is not only popular with girls, he's also popular with boys. Damn, there you go. That's the dream, really. Leave no lovely human stone unturned. So what's this guy got to say that Mr. Popular with everyone? Are you popular with robots? Oh, I just fell off. Okay. Are you popular with everyone? Number 1 drum specialist in this town. That's me, Hikozo. You ask why? How could you ask that? That's when oh. Incredible. With drumsticks, I can make any item sound like drums. But the other day, I hit a dog trying to make such a sound, but got into a lot of trouble. Ooh, this... No, I'm too scared to go down. Huh. Hey, don't hit dogs. That's, I think, a good lesson. Just don't hit dogs. Anyway. So we're about to head out. We're going to go to another side of the mountain, first of all. But then we'll head back to Mount Fuji, from mountain to mountain, as it were. Because I want to show everyone why we need to go power up our weapons, if anything. I'm going this way, I'm going this way. It's actually kind of fun going around reading the NPCs' text boxes and seeing what they have. See, I don't always do that. Like, I think I just forget sometimes because, like, I just know the path to this game. Yeah, so we finally reached Mount Fear. There are ghosts, as you might be able to see, and you don't have to fight them, but you can just see them clip through, so it just really says that this is clearly a haunted mountain. So we're in a great place already. We finally got some groovy mountain music, too. No more, like, barreling through the wastelands. Back route. Hold on a second. I'm going to show off some other areas too before we go forward. So this is the Mutsu shoreline. This is the northern shore, Japan as it were. We will come back here later, but obviously this is an area meant to get us to swim with the mermaid powers we will get. And I think, yeah, there's the stairways to get out of the water. I'll read what the sign has to say as well. There's a gate located underwater. To open this, you must press the red button in the water. There you go. Gee, I wonder what could be under there. Actually, as you'll notice, I mentioned submarine earlier, as I already hinted. See, that's where we are, and that's the submarine there on the water. So, it's nice that they kind of like hint where the dungeons are. I like that. And this is the Ugo Stone Circle, as we had mentioned before. Sounds like Shenmue music played almost. Kind of the end of the road, as it were. Not quite, but we'll be coming back here later. And it's got this weird face that looks like a Digimon, but that Digimon is also based off some other statue that its name I can't remember or cultural background, so everyone forgive me for that, for cheesing that up. But, yeah, we'll come back there later for some cool stuff. But we pretty much explored not all of Japan at this point, but we've been from top to bottom. We've been all across. It's kind of nice when you have a giant dragon friend in your party to carry you around. Anyway, back to Mount Fear. So, climbing up the backside of it, we'll find here that there is a giant rock. Bombs onto it. Oh, hey. Yeah, you just keep hitting it, and nothing's happening. So, as we were told before, the fortune teller, and also friends in the village, we need to travel back and get our weapons upgraded. actually go to, yeah, because there's no direct way to go. Let's go to the Kai coffee shop. How do you speed up the dragon travel? I could have sworn there was a way to... Okay, maybe I'm crazy. I really thought there was a way to speed up the dragon travel. Maybe I'm crazy then, I don't know. Could have sworn there was. Yeah, now we're back to an old area, but we have new characters, that's fun. I always thought that was fun to like switch up characters and like play someone you didn't play before when you come back to an area that you'd been to in the beginning. Because like, this area I always associate with going through is like Goemon. And then you don't come back here till the end when you have to backtrack and climb the mountain again. But it's cool to just like come back and be like, oh yeah, now I have different people to play as. So it gives you that nice little sense of progression feeling. Let's see, where are we at time-wise? Okay, 9 o'clock, that's not bad. It is Thirsty Thursday, as always, or as some might want it to be Waifu Thursday. Waifu, husbando, whatever you want, kind of Thursday. It's all good here. But it is Friday tomorrow. Some of us do work, but we'll get a little more progress going. I think I want to say my goal is... I'm trying to think how much of the game is left at this point. We have all the characters. There's 2 more dungeons, 3 more big robot fights, and I think that'll be it at that point. But I want to get to a point that feels comfortable stopping. Unfortunately tonight, for anyone extremely looking forward to it, there will be no big robot fights. I know, super disappointed. I'm sad as well. But that's what I meant Tuesday when I said that this game is kind of front-loaded in a weird way in terms of like how you have the dungeon, you have the impact, all the stuff I said before. Yeah, I know. Everyone downvote, boo the Chad. Make sure you follow so you can downvote. But yeah, there's no big robot fights, and that's unfortunate. It's disappointing. But it's a weird pacing thing. 'Cause it's like, okay, yeah, we invaded 2 of their hideouts, but I don't know why they didn't do that. Because like I said in Goemon's Great Adventure, the other N64 one, there's like that game is broken up into worlds, so like sort of Mario, like old school Mario style. So you have a map with like 4 or 5 levels, and then there's like exploration and completion bonuses for each level, and then you're supposed to collect, they call them like road passes, and once you have like X amount of road passes, then you can go to like the boss stage, and that's usually like you do a level, you fight a boss, and then you do a giant robot fight at the end, no matter what the context is. So there's quite a few there, but here it's paced differently. I don't know what their logic there was. I feel like there should be at least like 1 more in the middle. The ones at the end are completely fine. So those ones at the beginning, but I feel like somewhere in between the 2 dungeons we've done in the middle here so far, I feel like there should have at least been like 1 more. I don't know. That's just me though. I just want more giant robot fights, but we all do. Anyway, let's go talk to our homie Mokube. Still up here, still living it. Long time no see. Actually, I've come for a cup of coffee. Screw it. Well, see ya. There's no coffee. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, please improve our weapons. Excuse me. So that's what you have come for. Okay, stand back and I'll show you what my training has done for me. Oh god, he is really putting it all into it. And so whoever you're playing as, you'll see their weapon model there. But yeah, how's that for improvement? There you go. See, your weapons are level 2 now. They'll level up 1 more time as well. I don't want to say who levels them up because it's a weird square. So Yai can now use sword shield. Thank you, Mokube. No problem. I got Goemon thanks him too, because he was like one of the first ones to meet him in the game. That's cute. Always thank your weapons dealer. So now you'll notice Sasuke's sword, or excuse me, his kunai have these like sick little trails. Yai, her sword's a little bigger, and then she can deflect stuff if you hold it out. She's just a true badass. Goemon's got a nice, like a bigger silver pipe. He can get a real nice high off that. And then Ebisu is just got a giant metal hammer. But we'll stick with Sasuke for next. He's our boy. That's not true. We're gonna switch to Yai so we can go back up north. What better way to leave Mount Fuji than by flying off the top of it on a dragon. Oh god. Oh, I goofed that up. I mashed the buttons too hard. Oh no. Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out. I could have sworn I was mashing because I thought there was a way to speed up dragon. I guess no way to speed up dragon. If there is, I need to look it up. But I don't know. Anyway, time to dragon again. It's okay, folks. You can always use more flying dragons in your life. Anyway, okay, Festival Village. You know what? You're not even wrong. Why would you want to speed up the dragon? But it just, I'm just wondering. I just could have sworn that I thought there was a way to speed it up. Yeah, but again, why would I want to? So. Yeah, here we are. We are back. Alright, stop. There we go. Can't wait till Yai gets the bazooka as well, so I don't know what's it to be stuck on the katanas. Even though your katana's cool. Hey, if you ever meet a girl with green hair and a purple ninja jumpsuit, then you know you've got a winner there. Carries around a giant silver katana. Honestly, all the character designs in this game are winners, though. Like, it's such a good contrast. Again, like, I always keep giving props to Ebisu, but it's like, man, someday if I ever make a game, I'm gonna self-insert myself in there as a character. I don't know if there's any cultural background to what Ebisu might also be, though, but I'm not sure. But yeah, look at this cool scene. We don't just get to hit the rock. Watch this. One touch. Thanks for the power-up, pipe guy. Like, there you go. Because why wouldn't it be overtly dramatic? It's beautiful. So we get to climb Mount Fear. From one mountain to the next. Anyways, I've never actually done mountain climbing. I feel like that's... maybe it's just people I follow on social media or in general. But I've seen, like, I have no problem with being outdoorsy and hiking stuff, but I've just never done it, and I don't know if it's ever something I'll be super into. I feel like if a friend or a group of friends coerced me into it, I could easily be peer pressured into going along with it, but I don't know. Like, I appreciate a good trip to, like, a natural landmark, like the Grand Canyon or something like that, but I don't know. Just never been a big hiker person, but I definitely see it as a big rising trend. But never climbed a mountain, though. I think it'd be definitely an interesting experience. And here we are at the top, in which there is this weird house. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, we're inside. Oh, there's skulls. That's just a crazy old... okay, what's going on here? Witch. You must have come here not knowing what to do. How did you know? Hehehe. I've been in this for 120 years. All I need to do is look at your face and I know exactly what you're thinking of. Oh, there's something. I can see something. What? Is my fly open? Oh my god. That's not where I'm looking. I see an old man with a strange look in a very dark place. Strange? That can only be the old wise man in Iga. You must be joking. Sounds like you know this man. How about it? With my powers, I could call him out here. Please, I just want to get a glimpse of my wise old man. Alright, I'll do it for 300 Rio. I forgot she asked for money too, but she hasn't asked for that much. You're asking us for money? Of course, this is a business. I've got to charge something. 300. I don't have that. Yeah, of course. Look, we're balling out right now. I don't know what the max money is in this game either. Very well. Now I'm going to call them all back. Look at that light flicker. I remember the first time I got to this as a kid, I was actually genuinely scared for a minute. I was like, what's going on here? Take that. Hey, look, and there's the wise old man. He looks like not Dr. Light / Santa Claus. Oh, yay, what did the light? Ah, where in the world is this? Oh, man, what has happened to you? Oh, no. We want to save Kyushu and Omitsu, but we have no idea where to go or look. I see. I understand it. Kyushu is floating in outer space. Outer space? Yeah, but how are we going to get all the way out there? There is one way. Retrieve miracle items from the 4 Flake Gang leaders. Aha! So that's what we've been retrieving all this way. Take it to the altar of the stone circle in Ugo to the west. Then you'll be able to go to space. Awesome. A wise man, how do you know? Ahem, that's because I'm the wise man. Wait a minute. I see you already have 3 miracle items. You only need 1 more. Good luck on your search. There you go. So you should be looking for the miracle item the wise man was talking about. Get going. And there you go. That's the weird witch lady on top of Mount Fear. Kind of unsettling and kind of weird, but it's just a confirmation of the fact that we need the miracle items, which we have already been kind of going to. Then we get this nice little belly slide down the mountain. Whee! Keep going, please. There you go. Fun. So, our next task right now, anyway, is to want to make sure. Okay, well, I don't know if we need to go to the stone circle or not right now. Because I know I said we'd come back to it later, but they just mentioned it. I always forget. Again, I'll probably just go to the fortune teller in a specific order. Because I know right now we are supposed to get Yai's mermaid powers, because the 4th dungeon is underwater, but we obviously need our swimming powers to get there. But yeah, I don't think you can do anything here, because spoilers, not that it's much of a spoiler with how wild things are in this game already. This giant stone head talks to you, or like some spirit talks to you once you have all 4 items. So now that we know the giant head is what's going to take us to space, it's a one-way trip. But before we go, we need to get the last item, and it's a doozy. But I already kind of know the whole ins and outs sequence of where to get it, so we should be fine. Yeah, I'm pretty much stocked up on all my characters' inventory stuff too. Yai's bazooka is in the last dungeon. Everyone has their 2nd level items, which they get from. Well, we already have the 3rd level items we get later. And then the last 2 powers we're missing are Yai's mermaid and then Sasuke's jetpack, which I know where that one is, even though I forget. Well, I know where to go for it, but anyway. I think now I can just go to the waterfall, and it should, it should let me do the mini game that lets me turn into a mermaid. So let's go see how that works out. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that'll work now. And this is where the game gets to a weird part of, like, yeah, you're like, you have a little bit of freedom in your exploration, but you still kind of have to get railroaded onto these like specific things. Like the fact that you have to go like talk to the old witch lady and then do that mermaid thing is kind of weird. But at the same time, I mean, why would you? I don't know. Actually, screw it. Why wouldn't you want to turn into a mermaid? Also, you notice that these little jumping drum guys, they used to take 2 hits to die. Now they only take 1 because my weapons are stronger. It's a nice little touch. Other enemies that I'll meet along the way are also have similar effects. Like the big robot dress dolls there, with the giant like ruby like cudgel things they have. Those also die. Real talk. Would you rather have a jetpack or a mermaid tail? See, the thing about a mermaid tail is like there's no mermaid that like doesn't look hot. Like at least if there is, I haven't seen it. But it's like, but if you're doing like that kind of mermaid, by the way, even doing like mer people, that gets into weird territory. But like mermaid tail usually implies like hot. But then it's like now they made, like I said, mer people because that's like the iffy like side of it. That's like the different like brand of it. But then there's God, what's the movie? The Guillermo del Toro one? Oh god, that's gonna bother me. I saw it. It's the one where the girl hooks up with the mermaid. Okay, wait. Anyway, take control of the Legend of the Mermaid. Looking for applicants. Do you wish to challenge? Yes, I do. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Oh, what's the name of that movie? Okay, you know what? I have my phone right in front of me. We'll take a hot minute before we get our mermaid powers. Anyways, what is the name of that movie? On the Shape of Water. Shape of Water. Thank you so much. I have to look it up. Yes, that's the one. Well, that's what I'm saying. That we have that now. And it's like, wait, no. Like, hold on, wait. Fish people are hot now. Like, now there's that to consider. Anyway, so let's just say it's like Mermaid Tail. Auto makes you hot. Okay, wait. This one you just have to spam. I think A, and then climb up the waterfall and then dodge the dumb little bouncy guys. It's annoying because they just come out of nowhere, and sometimes there's not always like holes to go through. I am doing very badly here, but yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think me just generally being a young child on the inside, I'd probably go with jetpack. Oh, we're almost there. Oh god. But yeah, this one is way easier than the don't get the balloons popped one. There you go. Oh yeah. Yeah, Shape of Water changed the whole mermaid game, to where it's like, man, any mer thing is hot. So, but in general, like objectively, I think speaking, most mermaid tail creatures are generally some kind of hot. So it's like, I don't know. That's an easy one, but the jetpacks are so cool. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Anyway, yeah, no, so now we have mermaid powers, and we have to be stopped in the water to do it. You just press B to dive down. The swimming for this works surprisingly well. Use A to get like a little speedy flail going around there, and B is a bit of an attack for her. You don't do too much underwater combat either. It's for this time period, decent mermaid powers, like, not gonna lie. To transform back, that you have to go back up to the top of the water and then also like pause for a second. There's all these crazy eels in the water. There you go. Let's transform back. That's easy. That's fun. Okay, so now we can at least go to the area of the next dungeon. But yeah, that's a tough one. I think I would go with jetpack. But I acknowledge the power of mermaid body. Or like mermaid sex appeal. And I definitely... I see it. I see it. I don't know. Chat, sound off. What do you want to be? I mean, if we're going off just Goemon powers too, you have those two. It's like, oh, I mean, Super Saiyan's kind of cool, but at the same time, that's just like, I don't know. I'm very low confrontational, so it's like I have no reason to be that strong. Though I guess I would probably find ways to help people with that kind of strength, so maybe there's something to be had there. And then turning small like Ebisu, I guess I could find a value in that, but I don't know. Oh, before we go, we'll look at the secret shop over here, because I actually almost forget what's in this secret shop in town. It's also like, yeah, you just got, yeah, you were at a waterfall that might have been a little warmer, but now you're in this, like, icy village, or this, like, snowy village where there's just ice-cold water. I guess mermaids have, like, good temperature regulation? I don't know. Oh, but there's also a cat back here. I swear, I'm not just looking for these cats. It's actually been a minute since we found one anyway. I think it was in the other parts of the cave, but... Okay, there's nothing there. But what's in this shop again? I think it's just better armor? Your armor options? Yeah, so you got... extra life if you actually want one, which is a lot of money. Like, it's nice that that's here as a secret, but again, I have 6 lives, and if you multiply that by how many hearts I have, that's like, what, 14? So that's like... let me do the math. That's like 84? Wait, am I on that? That's 80. I think that's 84. Yeah, because anyway. let's not reveal how bad my math is. But yeah, I think that's like at least 84 hearts. Like, that's a lot. It's like, even if I were to buy one of these gold helmet or gold armor pieces, like, it's cool they're there, but like, I don't really need the defense. I don't know. I think those might be permanent upgrades though, but again, I could be wrong. I don't know if they fade over time or I take certain hits. Again, nice they're there, but it's just so, like, you never use them once you get used to how the game flow goes. Let me undo these powers. So yeah, then our last power is jetpack, which we get. We may not see jetpack till next stream, but that's okay. We got 2 powers in one stream and did one really long dungeon. Let me see. Well, at least I want to get to where the beginning of the next one is, because I think it's pushing towards 9:30 already. I knew tonight would be like the middle section of the game, middle meat, as it were. Next time, I know I want to have it so we can start right off on that 4th dungeon. And then there's a robot fight there, so the hype begins early, and then it's just non-stop hype till the end. There's a couple runarounds at the end because we need to we'll need to collect a couple more things, which I won't say what, so I won't spoil it. And then we'll get Sasuke's jetpack, and then that'll be it for character power-ups aside from your final weapons, which you get that later. And then yeah, then we'll go to space. That should be pretty fun. Yeah, I'm trying to think too, as far as like dungeon backtracking. I think. Oh. I'm just trying to think of where there's any other cats I might have missed, to be honest. Yeah, let's actually get under the water here. What's nice is, like, because it's an N64 game, I appreciate that the water kind of clears up once you go under. That doesn't always happen in these kinds of games. And like 3D, lots of games have trouble getting swimming right in general, I think. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's just a reflection of humanity's poor understanding of the ocean. Or that's just me reading too much into it. But hey, look, dumplings are at the bottom of the ocean. At least that's good. So over to the left, I think, you know, for our eagle-eyed viewers, you may have already seen the red switch, which that opens this gate here, but you know, that's every villain should strive to leave their giant red switches as close to the opening. Devs can't swim. Yeah, devs can't swim. Why can't Metroid crawl? That's yeah, you know what? Devs can't swim. I bet if Michael Phelps stopped getting high, he can make a swimming video game. Oh look, another a pit with a bunch of dumplings. I always forget this here. Yeah, someone call Michael Phelps. I'm sure if he stops smoking, he can make some sick-ass swimming video games. Like Tony Hawk can make good skate. I mean, not anymore. Maybe young Tony Hawk make good skateboarding video games. Why can't Michael Phelps make a good swimming video game? I don't know. Japan Sea, underwater. Now we just got really good music here. Nice ambient, chilling, almost like Donkey Kong Country vibes. I don't know. Man, shouts out to Tony Hawk for still going though. Like, that's where we've gotten to in this stream at this point. But Tony Hawk's a real trigger. My favorite thing, if anyone hasn't seen it, go look up just like, oh look, another extra life that I like super don't need. But I'm gonna collect all of them. I love the music here though. It's super chill. Oh yeah, shouts out to Mr. Hawk though, and just killing it. Like, it's a shame that series has devolved as much as it has, because it's like, sure, Activision pushed on with their yearly releases, but I up to a certain point, I mean, to have like 7 games of just like constant general quality like that, all in a row, and like yearly releases, that's pretty good stuff. There aren't not too many series pumped out like that. You know, even the greats, even the big ones, you know, drop off at some point. But okay, where am I? I always forget there's maps here. I don't. Okay, once again there's a cat. I swear I'm not searching for this. That's just gonna be the theme of this. Don't worry, whenever we play a Zelda game on stream here, I definitely will not be searching for all the heart pieces. That's not true, I'll pick up the ones I can, but I just feel like in this game, because I've like hunted them down so many times, They're usually pretty easy to find, too. They're not like Zelda ones where like half of them are tied to quests and stuff that you just forget. Oh, welcome back. Yes. No, only only young Yaya here has mermaid powers. Okay, yeah, so I think we're gonna go into the submarine that's just lodged in ice here. But yeah, anyway, long story short, shouts out to Tony Hawk. We haven't played some Tony Hawk games on the stream sometime. I've got a few I'd really like to peek into. Boom. Okay. And then now we're just like inside Secret Agent Submarine. I don't remember if there's a save point here or not. 'Cause that's what I'm looking for. I would love to save right now. I don't want to run too late. Let me see. I forget if there's one. If there's not one up here, we may run back to town and then call it a night. I just don't remember. I can't remember if this has one in the beginning of this dungeon or not. But I love the music in this dungeon as well, just because it really hits the themes. Terrified of the board sliding and breaking glass door. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, I think even though we're in this dungeon right now, I'm gonna head back just for safety's sake, because it's been a while since I've saved anyway. But now that we know we have our clear path here, we had one pro skater at home. Was terrified of the board sliding and breaking any glass door you had for a cabinet. Oh, so you had one of those like those weird motion, like Tony Hawk Ride, Tony Hawk Shred. Oh wow, I always wanted to try those, even though I heard they were very much not great. But that's one of those things where it's like, you tell me it's bad, I want to look at it even more, kind of a thing. Oh gosh, no, I only had one friend, I think, who even like got one of those at one point, and I never saw if they had used it. Yeah, if this family had used it or not. Yep, he got it as a Christmas gift as well. Man, that's like, I get that motion controls and stuff were a thing at the time, and like people were trying to go like way off kilter with that, but that to me seemed like the biggest like, okay, wait, what? Because okay, around that time it was American Wasteland was like the last, I would say, like really good Tony Hawk game. Weird ones started to come out after that. There's Project 8, but then that was around the time when like developers were like, wait, no, we have to make things for the Wii, because like the Wii was so popular. So now, like, again, for a context, the Wii was so popular when it was out, just because like the motion controls and all the different stuff with it. And like it was something that's like, no, you just, as a developer, you just couldn't ignore it. Like, you had to get something there and hope it would sell, you know, even if it wasn't great. Also, this is really weird. Why is the dungeon music playing in this opening? Is this game glitching out on me? Okay, I don't know what's going on, but the dungeon music is now playing. Oh yeah, no. Okay, anyway. Yeah, no, that was weird. I think because like maybe there's a glitch where like, because you're normally just supposed to go from the underwater to the dungeon, but because I went back and most people don't do that, maybe the game freaked out. That was interesting. Anyway, yeah. Tony Hawk went in a weird direction after American Wasteland. Like, I never tried Project 8. I've actually heard some people say it wasn't that bad, but maybe that's a retrospect thing because people are now like trying to look back at the games that came out in between some of the really weird ones. And I have this really bad itch to want to go back and try some of those really weird ones, because they're probably like dirt cheap now. Like, I could probably get them for a few bucks a piece or something. So keep my eye out for them. But wait, no, I need to go to the save point. But yeah, who knows? I would like to stream some Tony Hawk at some point. Tony Hawk is fun. Definitely not completion or anything, but I love the underground games. The story in those games is ridiculous, especially the first one. Like, man. Anyway, yeah, Tony Hawk got weird, and it was just always strange to me how they like jumped from like generally competent like skateboarding games to like try new things, but just to then suddenly just be like, oh, here's like Tony Hawk Ride and Tony Hawk Shred, and then like, oops, here's like a couple years where you just forgot how to make video games, and here's like Tony Hawk HD, which was awful because it wasn't like just a remaster. Fossil Fighters. I heard of Fossil Fighters. I've never played it, but I heard it was decent. But yeah, it's like they made that, and then they made Tony Hawk 5, which was like, no, we're going back to basics. And that game apparently was like the core of it's not completely awful, but it's still, I don't know, because it was like one of those always online games. It just wasn't that good. Anyway, Pokemon game plat. Oh yeah, Pokemon games are always going to be expensive at stores, but Pokemon's just popular. Those games sell millions. You just have to be patient if you're trying to find hard copies of Pokemon games. That's pretty expensive though, 60 bucks. I don't know, people like Gen 4 that much. I don't know. Anyway, also be careful for counterfeit Pokemon games. That's a big thing on DS and even Game Boy Advance. Anyway. Oh yeah, no, people are always gonna love Pokemon. I don't have a problem with that, but so, I think now that we kind of have like our end-game path set up for us, I think now will be a good point to call it for the night. But thank you to everyone who stopped by. Once again, things have gone smoothly, and I'm very happy because I love this game, and I am very excited. So the next stream will be this coming Saturday. It will. I think normally I'm gonna aim to have them on Fridays. But as I said on Tuesday, a friend of mine who's been out of the country for a few years is here, and we're all going to dinner with him tomorrow night. So no Friday stream. Like unless people want to watch later, I don't know. I like starting around 7 or 8, but I think I'll make it official. So probably around 7, maybe even 6. I mean it's Saturday, 6 or 7 Saturdays. So I'm just chill. I'm just be chilling at home most of the day. But yeah, everyone, thank you for stopping by tonight. I hope you all had a good time, and enjoy your Friday, enjoy your Thursday night, and I will see y'all later. Actually, I should save the game first and make sure I do that on stream before I start off the game here. But yeah, thanks for showing out, everyone. Take it easy. Okay, game has been saved. Now we can everybody sleep. Bye bye. Take it easy. Have a good night, friends.